Good evening, everybody, and welcome to USPHL Premier North Division action, where it's the final week of the regular season, and we have the Wisconsin Dells Ducks coming up here to Wisconsin Rapids to take on the Riverkings. Good evening, everybody. My name is Mike Comer. I'm bringing you the action tonight. I want to give a big shout out to our cameramen, Carl and Art, and the ringleader up here, Matt Fillmore, and of course, our good friend from across the pond, Rory McGibbon. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I think this is going to be a really exciting game. Obviously, you can speak more to the rivalry between the Ducks and the Riverkings, but I mean, I'm expecting this one to be a really good game.
Yeah, this is, everyone talks about rivalries, whether it's big games, close games, whatever. This is one of those proximity rivalries. 1 hour down Highway 13, then you were in the Dells, or you're 1 hour north on 13, and you're Wisconsin Rapids. So there's quite a bit going to be lynching on this game, which I guess not for Wisconsin Rapids as much, but for the Dells, as they can still move up the standings to the 4th spot, as they're 1 point behind the Mullets yet, with a couple games to go. So the Mullets are sitting there, probably Wisconsin's biggest fans, as we keep going on forward. You know, as I said, Mullets biggest fans for the Riverkings, whereas Rapids, they're sitting there at the second. So.
Oh, I'm back, I think.
So they're sitting there still in second place, as that's not going to change. So we're just about ready for the starting lineups, as the PA announcers getting the fans all worked up for this, as we are moments away from the national anthem, as we get closer and closer to this opening puck drop of the contest. Tonight's starters for the Dells, Liam Norton, followed by Liam McGregor, a lot of Liams out there, and then followed up by Jake Nealing, Angelo Mazzaro, and Lucas Karowski, and in goal, Max Pierce, excuse me. He's in the pipes there for the Ducks. Wisconsin Rapids, their starting lineup, is Owen Tudich, followed by Caden Schweitzer, Franco Denti, Oliver Baduk, Lucas Whitehead, and Dominic Height in between the pipes, as he's making his second start and his time with the Riverkings. As the season stats don't look all that impressive for Height, but his stats from last week were good, as Height comes into the game having played 29 games, a 6-win, 22-loss record, but that's when you factor in his time with Hudson. At Hudson, he had a goals against average of 5.15 and a save percentage still of just over 90%, but last week when he played for Wisconsin Rapids, he allowed 2 goals, made 19 saves, had a goals against average of 2 and an 0.895 save percentage. So the numbers are night and day when you got a different team around you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Height is such an incredible goalie. I don't really think his numbers really reflect who he is as a player, and I think with the Riverkings his numbers will only improve.
Well, we are going to quick step out for the national anthem here on Flow Hockey, Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, and 105.5 WIRI. There'll be a ceremonial puck drop here coming up just momentarily as we continue to look at these two teams battling it out in the final weekend of the regular season. Just seems like we just started yesterday, Rory.
Yeah, and it's really come around quickly. I think I was talking with a couple of guys, and especially the 04s are really sort of set in that, you know, this is their last regular season weekend of their junior careers, and they're looking forward to playoffs and what's coming beyond that.
As there will be a puck drop here coming up, and then we will have the opening face-off of this contest. The Ducks, they're coming into this game 24-17, a couple zeros in there, a 1-1 and a 3, and that full record. They have scored 187 goals in the season and given up 157, so that's a positive net of 27 goals, and they have had 895 penalty minutes on the season. Now, Wisconsin Rapids, they come in with a 33-7-1, couple zeros, a 1 and another 0 on that record, as they have forced 217 goals, and they have given up a league-leading, I guess you could say it that way, only 87 goals allowed on the season. They've got a positive net of 130 goals, and they have one of the lowest penalty minute times in the whole North Division, just coming in with 617. So right there, that kind of tells me two things. Rapids is going to score a bunch of goals. Yeah. If the trends continue. The Dells, they're going to give up a few goals if they continue. It's just a matter of how many Rapids can stop, because the Dells can score.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on it as well. I think the Rapids sort of average around about 5 goals a game, and the Ducks can only score about 2, so it really depends on if Pierce can really keep his team in it. I mean, he has that ability a lot. The couple of games against Northwest this week, he played exceptionally well and really gave his team a chance to win, and I think today for the Ducks, depends on how well Pierce can play.
Well, and that's another thing you bring up that's interesting. The Ducks have already played 2 games this week.
Yeah.
So how tired are their legs?
Yeah, 4 games in 5 days is going to be a tough challenge. I think I'd expect Pierce to start all 4, and we'll see how well he can fare in the opening 20 minutes.
Well, we are underway here from the Southwood County Recreation Center as the Riverkings and the Ducks, they duke it out in this final 2-game stand. Rapids wearing their home white tops and white socks with blue breezers with green numbers and some green and blue trim, as well as the Ducks. They are playing with their blacks, all black tops, breezers, socks, as they have kind of a blue and a blue gray and kind of a I wouldn't say kind of a mauve stripe in there as well. So I don't know if they're mallards or green wing teal, blue wing teal, cinnamon teal. I don't know what they are, but they got their hands full, because Riverkings, they are notorious for eating ducks in the wild. So we'll see how things go tonight, as we are just about 1 minute into the contest, as Rapids and the Ducks, they're kind of just feeling each other out a little bit. Puck down near corner as Rapids is going from my left to the right. Ducks going from my right to the left. Puck out to center ice. Raffert sends it down. Pierce just knocks it out of the way. Still 18:55 left to go, first period. Raffert holds it up at neutral ice. Back down to Shamil Luflin. Breaking up into the zone is Allstrand, but he gets that knocked right back out of the zone by Liam McGregor. Bryceland sends it up, tipped up into the zone by Allstrand. Everybody's onside, but the Ducks get there first. As there's collision just outside the blue line, sent in. Pierce slows her down as it gets behind the goal. A little bit tough to read some of the numbers on the Ducks, is that aqua blue blends in nicely to that black, at least to my eyes. So do the best I can for you as we progress through. 18-17 left to go in the first period as Wesley picks it up, neutral ice, across the way to Zaffarano as the puck goes behind the Rapids goal, picked up by Lutfelin. Chips up ahead as there are a bunch of players trying to get towards that puck at the given moment. Lutfelin up ahead. Bryceland backhands it deep in the zone. Nice little collision there at mid-ice, with Bryceland being involved with that. Centering attempt goes through the slot. Nobody home for Rapids. Ilian sends it back around the boards, where Caden Garcia gets back out there. He loses an edge. Pushes the puck forward, however, as Diamond tries to send it back out to the blue line. No way there, but Bryce Cooper gets there first for Rapids, up off the boards to Noah Diamond. Dropped up ahead to Mikhail Ilian. Ilian far side shot, wide of the mark. Picked up again by Cooper. Beauchamp shoots. Big rebound there by Pierce. Beauchamp can't hold it in, and that's coming back the Ducks' way as Wilcox comes up with it. for the Ducks. Big collision, far corner, as there's pucks down in the near corner, a little obscured by the boards. Puck sent up, neutral ice. Rapids can't quite hold on to it. Cooper chips it up into the attacking zone where the Ducks get to it first. Puck sent down, Rapids zone, them giving chase. Only one shot on goal so far for Rapids, none for the Dells. As we play into the past 17th minute, Bryceland has the puck down, centering attempt. The Ducks were there with the defense. They're really doing a good job with that. Liam Norton with that disruption on that centering pass. Bryceland centering attempt, shot, rebound, push just wide by Williams. There's a penalty coming, as that will be up against.
Trip on Bryceland,
I believe so, as neither goalie was really making a move. And there is your first penalty coming up against Wisconsin Rapids, as we have our first penalty of the game. 16-19 remaining in the first period.
Yeah, unfortunate for Jake. I mean, it was a great shift by that line. Williams again trying to continue his red hot form but forces a great save out of Pierce. And I wanted to touch on it, as you said earlier, with the Ducks vying for some position in the standings. I think it's been a couple of years since the Dells have had playoff hockey at home, and a couple of wins here would guarantee it.
Yeah, they would love nothing more, and I mean, they've been playing good puck lately as they win that face-off to the blocker side of Height. Puck sent around the boards, coming out to Mazzarano. Hits it right back around the boards to Norton. Waiting out inside the blue line is McGregor. McGregor skates to about the left circle, drops it back to Mazzaro. Mazzaro shot, big glove save by Height, another stoppage. 15:32 left first period, and a minute and a half left on the skater advantage for the Ducks.
Yeah, good confidence booster for Height. You can see that all the way, and a nice first save to close that one out.
Face off again to the blocker side of Height. Picked up by Norton. Cross ice pass to 43. As 43 comes in as Jake Nealing. Shot. Big rebound out to the circle. Picked up by Diamond. Cross ice pass to McNeish. Hogan picks it up, sends it down into the blue, past the blue line, where the Dells, they corral it and try to set up their offense. At the current moment as Mazzaro sends it across ice. Gets it into the zone by Norton. Norton banged up against the boards as puck comes back out to neutral ice from Noah Diamond. Dells working hard, trying to jump on Rapids early. Kneeling inside the blue line with less than a minute to go on the skater advantage for the Dells. Stopping back behind his goal, trying to get a proper personnel out on the ice is McGregor. Cross ice pass up to Wiley. He gets the puck knocked away from him. Bulldog has the puck, sends it back out to the blue line. Holding that in is Wesley. Wesley down low, shot, big rebound turned away by the defense in front. Centering attempt, nobody there, and that gets missed by Wesley. Dells have to regroup with 20 seconds left on the power play. 14 and a half to go, roughly, in the first period. No score between Rapids and the Ducks as Whitehead takes a shot all the way down to the length of ice, and that'll pretty much kill this power play opportunity for the Dells with 5 seconds to go as they get the puck up into the Rapids zone. Beauchamp, he picks it up, and we are back to even hockey as the puck bounces off the boards. Picked up, Schweitzer behind the defense. Shot, rebound, and it's stopped. Big save by Pierce. My goodness, what a save. And we get a stoppage, 14-11 left to go, first period.
Yeah, I mean, Pierce is that type of goalie. He can pull off that amazing saves. I mean, really smart play by Schweitzer there to really jump on that errant bounce off the wall, and just Pierce, I mean, what a save.
We had outstanding saves last week, and we had one already tonight for the Dells as face-off came to the glove side of Pierce, and Rapids had a shot go over the crossbar as the Dells send it down the length of the ice for an icing. 14 minutes exactly remaining first period. No score between Rapids and the Dells.
Yeah, I really like the fluidity to this game so far. I mean, it's been back and forth and not too many stoppages. I mean, completely different from last weekend. I expect a tight game today. Really sort of might come down to the wire, might be 1 or 2 goals in it.
Yeah, this one I don't know. You can throw the averages out the window as this should be a very entertaining game as it has been just for the first roughly 6 minutes of play as Rapids knocks the puck back down behind the goal line of the Dells. Tudich has the puck centering, can't quite get it to the mark as the Dells was there as Lourdes brings it up the near side and gets pushed to the corner by Nelson. Puck squirting out loose, back to the point with Armstrong, skates to the center, rebound by Height, puck still sitting there, high slot, poked into neutral ice, and it's a race for it, and it looks like Denty won't get there in time as Quentin Clausen III was there first. Now back up to center ice, the puck goes, picked up by Denty as he sends it up ahead, and he sends that into the deep Dells zone as Rapids gets a line change. Battling back down there is Schweitzer, but they can't hold the puck down into the zone. Out it goes as puck comes back behind the Rapids goal. Under 13 minutes to play. Very quickly moving first period, and there's a race for the puck there. Allstrand can't get there, but it stays in the Dells zone. Picking it up is Wilcox. He skates into the zone, gets just beat up on his backhand attempt right in front of Height. That does not get through as Anderson picks it up center ice. Backhand pass up to Bryceland. He tries to clear it in the zone, and he does. On goal, turned away by Pierce. McGregor with the puck, bounce off the boards, picked up by Raffert. These teams have not met since middle of November, so there's been a lot of growth on both sides of it. Rapids winning the first two meetings 4-2 and 4-1 down at Poppy Waterman Ice Arena down in the Dells. So first time playing at Southwood County this season, as we'll see what transpires here. The remaining 52 minutes of action as we get another stoppage as
the refs pointing to the icing, I believe he's calling in.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was right below me, and there was a big bang, so I wasn't sure what the call was going to be. Just got a stoppage, 12:03 left to go in the first period. No score here at Southwood County Recreation Center. Thanks again for joining us on Flow Hockey and Wisconsin Rapids Community Media and 105.5 WIRI. Rapids wins a face-off to the blocker side. We got another whistle. Trying to see what that was all about.
I think a real
too many men.
Oh.
There's six Ducks out there.
I think a real key for the Riverkings this weekend again is going to be the defensive turnovers. We've been harping on it for the past couple of weeks, and I think it really will be the key, being accountable for your plays on the defensive end, and that's how you win a championship.
Well, face-off was to the blocker side of Pierce, and nothing really comes of it as they clear this zone. Rapids has to corral it behind the goal. Whitehead was there first. No icing, as they were within reach of it. This Bulldog backhand pass up to Cooper, who gets it out into neutral ice. Dells have to clear the zone and reset. There's 11 and a half to go. First period remaining, no score. Rapids having a little bit of trouble getting the puck out from behind their own goal. Cooper blasts it up to center ice. Ilian picks it up. He breaks into the zone. Diamond trailing, centering, puck sent wide on a deflection, and the Ducks, they're back on the flight here. Mazzaro, backhand attempt over the crossbar, and there's more collision back near corner. This puck sent up, chipped up again, last touched by the Dells. Kneeling that was, as Ilian picks up the puck behind the goal, tried to center it for Diamond, who was not there. Allstrand sends it down to Ilian, chipped ahead to Allstrand, and he just lifts it over the goal. That was a close one, folks, as Garcia battling down low, trying to get it back over to Diamond, and he cannot quite hold the zone. Rapids has to clear it as the Dells regroup. 10 and a half to go, approximately. First period, no score. Rapids leading 5-4 on the shot advantage. This has been pretty even between the two teams through this part of the game, and up trying to get the puck out of the zone as Rapids. They couldn't. Shot just wide of the mark, as that was a shot sent in by Kneeling. Rapids picks it up. Allstrand carries it in the zone, crossing, leaves it for McNeish, probably not intentionally, hopped a stick as McNeish tried to send it into the corner, lifted back out by the Dells. As Garcia, he's being challenged fiercely by Alexander Wilkie. Rapids sends it back down into the zone. Dells doing a very good job of staying away from what Rapids wants to do, as Scott cannot pick up the puck. He was offside, so he's got to clear the zone. Dells can't touch it until they are on sides, and they are now, as Clausen can't quite hold on to the puck. Fighting right below us, picked up by McNeish, trailed by Tudich. Pushed off the puck as it comes back out to the blue line. Picking it up for the Ducks was Trudeau. Sent around the board, stopped by Height. Raffert sends it up into neutral ice, giving chases to Devlin. flanked by Zaffarano. Held in at neutral ice by Dente. Schweitzer back to Raffert as Tudich got back on sides. Raffert, round the boards we go. Picked up by Devlin, far side. Turning, trying to get out of the zone, held in by Dente. Dente sends it back around the boards. 9 minutes to go, first period. Zaffarano picks it up, sends it back the way it came. Dells, now they're having a little bit of trouble breaking out of the zone. As shot opportunity lifted high and into the netting near the Riverkings pep band, and we got a stoppage play. 8:53 left to go. First period, no score between the Ducks and the Riverkings.
Yeah, in a real back and forth game like this, where you can't really, or you need to really fight for every opportunity you get, the neutral zone is so key. You really need to be able to penetrate your team's neutral zone and really make your way and make some headway into it to sort of generate some offense when it's really cagey.
Face off, blocker side of Pierce. And we are back underway as Raffert sends it in low, and there's a stop by Pierce. Another stoppage, 8:48 left to go. First period, no score, as we'll have another face off coming to the blocker side of Pierce.
And I think a lot of the Riverkings' successes really come from their returners stepping up. A lot of the guys have really doubled or even tripled their points totals, and that's really contributed to Riverkings' success.
Big collision on the far boards. No penalty called. Let him play on, I say, as Rutfelin holds his own. Center into Tudich. He can't quite get a stick on the blade. Center attempt by Tudich. Nobody home. Puck sent up into the Rapids zone. No icing's a call. Whitehead was in the area. Center on the boards. Tudich tries to chip it up. Held in by McGregor. Centering over towards the slot. Dells can't get a shot off on it as Rapids defense was there. Then redirected into the netting on the far side. Another stoppage. 8:13 to go. First period. No score between the Ducks and the Riverkings.
Yeah, really evenly contested. I mean, the games against the Dells this season, they've been sort of low scoring and tight in the early parts, and then the Riverkings sort of taking control and taking their opportunities at the end of games, and looks to be the same sort of formula.
Face off, blocker side of Height, and that's won by Rapids. Schweitzer skating up. Pass crossway to Tudich. Nice center touch.
Nice.
Shot to goal! There's a hole in your goalie, Dells, and Rapids goes up 1-0.
I mean, this line has been incredible all season. I mean, Schweitzer, Tudich, and Dente. What a line they've been. And I mean, Schweitzer, his difference from last season has been night and day. I mean, 15 points last season. Now he's committed to a Division III college. 57, 58 now points on the year, and really nice dish from Tudich to find his mate Schweitzer in the middle.
Schweitzer to Tudich, and a nice little pitch right past Pierce. So Schweitzer to Tudich to Schweitzer. Too bad he can't get his own assist on that one too, because that would work that way.
Yep.
But Schweitzer from Tudich, I believe that's at 11:58. And we'll wait for the official numbers as face-off goes into the Rapids zone. Picked up by Allstrand. Rapids back on the move. Backhanded behind the goal, where the Dells pick it up and try to clear the zone, which they do. And they're giving assist to Whitehead. Schweitzer from Tudich and Whitehead at 11:58. And there's another penalty coming in this game as the Dells player went down, slow getting up. So we'll see what this call will be, as it will be Allstrand going to the box for a cross-check, I believe.
Yeah, and I mean, a good kill early in the game right now, but I think the penalty killing really sort of has to improve. Coach Derek gave us a stat in the pregame, and it was 40% of the Riverkings goals against have come on special teams opportunities, and I think this is really a chance where the Riverkings really have to tighten up, and especially against these tougher teams like the Squatch and with players like Bonifay and Ellingson, they really have to tighten up on this special teams.
Face off to the blocker side of Height. Comes loose after being tied up in the skates right at the dot. And that is cleared by Rapids as Baldock sends it in on Pierce. That's technically a shot, as much as you might like it or not. And we have 7 minutes, 10 seconds left to go. First period, Rapids up 1-0. As the Dells, they try to break it up in the zone. Masserano brings it up, skates around the Rapids defense, deflected up into the netting. Stoppage of play, 7:01 left to go in the first period. Rapids up again, 1-0.
Looks like they're changing units now, but I mean, Dells have a really couple great players that can cause some carnage for the Riverkings. Number 43, the defenseman,
Jake
Yeah,
Kneeling.
Kneeling. He's on a 7-game point streak right now, 14 points in the last 10 games. I mean, he's a special player.
He's a very good player for the Dells. Got to see him a couple weeks ago when they played Steele County when I was down there, and shot, big rebound there, wide of the goal, and there will be a penalty coming up against the Dells. That will be a tripping penalty, I believe, coming up against Danny Fletcher. So we'll be playing some 4-on-4 hockey for about 45 seconds before Rapids will take their first power play of the game.
Yeah, the best sort of penalty kill you can hope for. Just completely neutralizes the opportunity for the Ducks. And I mean, it starts from a nice block by Diamond sending that wide, and then Garcia goes in, and sort of similar to Bryceland's first penalty, just an errant stick that gets caught in some feet.
13-10, time of the penalty. We will have 4-on-4 hockey for a minute 18, and we'll see how that goes as there's a face-off to the blocker side. Up Pierce, the Dells knocking the puck up into Rapids zone, stopped by Beauchamp. Can't quite get to it as Tudich, but it was deflected, so Pierce plays it, sends it back around the boards. 6.5 to go, a minute left to go, 4-on-4 hockey. As Gardner brings it up into the zone, centering attempt. No, Scott skates right past through that opportunity through the slot. Beauchamp near side, skating up. Schweitzer chips it up, neutral ice, picked up by Scott of the Dells. He has it slip off the stick, picked up again by Gardner. Comes up neutral ice and bounces right into the Rapid zone where Garcia picks it up. 6:10 to go, 38 seconds to go in the 4-on-4 hockey opportunity. Zaffarano, he can't quite touch it up. No icing is the call. As held on by Schweitzer, he picks it up behind the goal. Can't quite stuff it home, held in by Garcia at the blue line. Intended for Beauchamp, he can't quite get there. As puck sent up, tried to get neutral ice, Tudich. He picks it up as he's skating through the slot. Sharp angle shot, goes behind the goal. Beauchamp getting up there, and he plays the body instead of the puck. Shot goes through their slot as Garcia can't quite hold on to it. Rapids has to clear the zone. Beauchamp tries to send it up, and there's a whistle. There's some pushing and shoving as there's cooler heads prevailing at this moment, but now it's a Rapids power play for 42 seconds coming up. 5.5 to go. First period, Rapids up 1-0.
Yeah, and this power play really excites me. I mean, Anderson, a new addition, sort of January time, and sort of really selling himself in. And I mean, they're a great threat. I mean, the great chemistry throughout this line. And with Obsterfelder out, Denty comes in, and Denty's just a great player from that bumper position.
They're just about ready to get going here as the official's not happy about something. Trying to figure out what that was. Probably pushing, getting a little too close.
I'd imagine so.
Denty and Armstrong going at it. They're jawing a little bit. Face off at neutral ice, controlled by Rapids. Allstrand up to Tudich. Schweitzer gets it into the zone. Over across to Anderson. Anderson tries to leave it back to Tudich, and Tudich can't get there. And getting behind the defense is Clausen. Clausen coming in, skating in, shot over the goal. That was a golden opportunity they couldn't come up with. 23 seconds left to go on the power play for Rapids. Neutral ice, picked up by Anderson. 17 seconds to go, leave pass for Denty. Denty breaks it up into the offensive zone, leave pass for Anderson. Cross ice to Allstrand. Allstrand passing across the way to Anderson. That was dangerous. Clausen was right there. It's behind the goal. Schweitzer back out. Anderson. Schweitzer at the goal line. Centering attempt. Turned away by the defense. Now we're back to even hockey as Tudich tries to send it around the boards, and he couldn't. And up comes the Dells. Clausen flips it up into the zone as they get a line change. Turned away by Height. 4:40 left to go, first period. Rapids up 1-0 over the Dells. Good pass right in the slot. Bouncing puck. Shot to goal! The Dells tie it up. There. 4:31 left to go in the first period.
Looked like Masserano there getting his 18th of the year. I mean, he's another great player for the Dells. 3-game point streak for him, and I mean, it starts with Wilcox there just getting some pressure, and I mean, that power play was more heart in the mouth than anything else if you're a Riverkings fan. And
yeah, it's kind of a just a bad turnover over there, and just couldn't quite get possession back, and backhand back into the goal, and that's how we are tied up. 4:31 left to go. We'll see what happens as we skate on here with time dwindling in this first period, as there's an icing being called here. Yeah, Angelo Massaro. I believe Armstrong was the assist on the goal as PA announcer was cut off. So we'll get that to you as soon as we can. As the puck was dropped blocker side of height, Rapids got it up into neutral zone. 4:17 to go, first period. Norton sends it back down, length into the Rapids end. No icing, as he was on the good side of the red line at mid-ice. Lutfelin, drop pass back. Picked up by the Dells. Still screened out here as Rapids can't quite get that puck as they move on. As now we're getting the clarification as Angelo Massaro with Armstrong on the assist and Wilcox on the other assist. So we got that all ironed out for you. 3:38 left to go, first period. 1-1 hockey game. Rapids and the Dells 7-7 for the shots. So no icing on that. Last touched up by the Dells as we get closer to that first intermission. Dells skating up. Nearly a turnover in the slot, but Mazzaro. Turnover, and it's stopped point blank by Pierce. Wow.
Yeah,
Diamond was right there with that turnover, and Pierce is like he didn't have that shove right between the pads there.
Yeah, absolutely. Diamond's a really smart player, and he can find those sort of errant passes in the defensive zone, and I think it's been 3 now really grade A chances for the Riverkings, and Pierce has been standing up to them all.
3:15 to go, first period. Face off to the glove side of Pierce, held in by Whitehead, sends it around the boards. Picked up by the Dells as they bring it up neutral ice. Wilkie sent it across the ice. Puck falls off the stick of the Dells skater. I believe that to be Trudeau. Rapids back on the move. McNeish drop pass across to Bryceland. Nobody home. Bolduc's got a drop for defense. He holds it up at neutral ice. Bolduc sends it back around the boards. 2:45 to go, first period. 1-1 hockey game between Rapids and the Dells. Puck comes up into the Rapids zone, lifted up back to neutral ice by Bryceland. Puck picked up again by Williams up off the glass into the zone. As no ice or no offsides is a call, McNish. And Bryceland down there first as they beat the puck back around Desjardins. Shot sent around the boards. Williams sent back to McNish. Hogan battling down low, trying to get a centering opportunity, and he's battling, trying to do that. Shot flutters about a foot wide of the post. 2:10 to go, first period. Rapids holds his own. Bryceland, he drops it, and they're calling that a hand pass. That is pretty close, but we'll go with it as we got a stoppage. 2:05 to go, first period. 1-1 hockey game.
Yeah, a good forecheck and shift by that line, and really sort of core piece of the River King playstyle is that aggressive forecheck, and well executed there, just unable to really get one.
Face off, neutral ice, dropped by Poyer, just outside the blue line of the Dells. Puck sent up neutral ice, picked up by Devlin, excuse me. Schweitzer picks up a bouncing puck. Garcia up ahead to Denty, slams on the brakes, pass it up ahead to Schweitzer. Schweitzer gets it past the blue line, but the Dells are there. 1:45 left to go, first period. Dells breaking up into the zone. Clausen leading the way for Gardner. Gardner tried to backhand it back towards Height. Nobody there as Denty picks up the puck, bounce off the boards, back to neutral ice, but sent back in by the Dells. Neutral ice we have now is Scott. He tries to glove it, picked up by Clausen. 1:30 to go, first period. Puck sent around the boards behind the Rapids goal, or the Dells goal, excuse me. Teams battling back down below the goal line. Gardner's mixing it up in there. As shot, beautiful pass into the slot. Shot did not happen for Denty. Near side Scott, he's zooming right up the boards and he gets tied up. No penalty being called. There's collision, there's some pushing and shoving, there's some fisticuffs. As Plater, he's really giving it to one of the Riverkings players, and they stop the game and they're telling the players to get out of there. This is between those two, and we've had a stoppage. 59.3 left as Plater took exception to the hit that was delivered.
Yeah, by Beauchamp.
Yeah. So we're going to see what that all comes down to, as there is no penalty called.
I think 24 has been immediately
I believe, Plater's getting thrown out. as there is no penalty called, so we're going to see how this all gets decided. But that's a momentum shifter because Plater plays some pretty good minutes for the Dells.
Yeah, I mean, seemed like an even enough initial contact with Beauchamp and the Ducksman. I just can't see his number, and I mean, then Beauchamp just gets jumped on by the Dells player.
Well, just trying to check what that number would be. We'll get that figured out in a moment, folks. Apologize for that. Just the angle of the jersey. It's hard to tell as he's getting up pretty darn slow.
Very ginger on that knee.
Hopefully he's okay, as that was big time collision. As that's 6, and that's John Scott. That's very unfortunate for the Ducks as he comes in. He's the 3rd leading point scorer for the squad. 39 points on the season, 18 goals, 21 assists. You don't like seeing that.
No, and Scott's a really, as you said, a key player with 12 in the last 10 games, and it's a big blow for the Dells.
Ooh.
Really ginger.
Hopefully the young man's okay. Don't want to see anybody getting hurt. As I thought the officials did a very good job getting that situation calmed down.
Yeah, because I mean that could have easily turned into something.
That could have turned into a Canadian-American brawl right there in that corner from the other night. Because the Rapids players, they were screaming in there to defend their teammate.
And a smart play by Beauchamp really to not sort of retaliate. I mean,
just sit there and be like, hey, I didn't do anything, man.
Yeah, it wasn't malicious in any sort of sense. And
if it would have been malicious, you would have fought back.
Yeah.
That's just the way hockey goes.
Obviously didn't mean any harm.
Well, either way, I know there's going to be a penalty coming up very soon as we wait to get this sorted out. So that's one of the things I have a hard time with in watching any hockey game is the lengthy delays as the officials talk it out. I understand why they do it, and I'm glad why they do it, but I have a hard time with it. Just because, let's get the game going.
Exactly,
I want to watch a game.
In rugby, there's this great thing, and the refs are always mic'd up, and you can actually buy something to listen on the refs the whole game, and that would be great right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're even covering their mouths to see. They really don't want anybody to know.
Any eagle-eyed lip reader in the stands maybe can
with X-ray
decipher,
vision when they're covering their mouths. It's
top secret.
Captains are talking it out, and they're probably saying, hey, is there any good place to go after the game or anything like that? There's a couple places on the way back to the Dells, I can't imagine
I imagine they'd go home tonight.
Well, it's only an hour.
Yeah.
There's no reason to stay in a hotel. Save the organization a little bit of coin.
Exactly. And I think the game's sort of really gone as I'd expect, so quite cagey. I mean, the neutral zone's really clogged up. You have to really chip it by, and hard to thread the passes together and make a nice, pretty play.
Eastern Plater getting game misconduct, 10 minutes. I believe that is what the official score, or it officially is.
Yeah. I mean, he Superman dived a bit of Healy from last weekend.
Yeah. So we're going to see what the official scoring is, or the official decision, as that penalty comes up at 19:01. As Plater goes out for 10-minute game misconduct. They don't exactly say what the penalty is other than game misconduct.
Yeah.
But we can all assume that it was fighting.
Yeah.
As they're talking about it with the Dells coach, Mr. Logan Wilt.
I mean, my face value call on the power play situation might be a 5-minute major. Because, I mean, just unprovoked jumps on Beauchamp. Beauchamp just covers up, doesn't retaliate, and I mean, that would be my sort of knee-jerk reaction. Just a 5-minute.
Yeah, they're still talking it over. As the Riverking Pep Band playing some music there to keep people entertained.
Yeah, those guys are great.
Under the direction of the honorable, distinguished, sometimes knowing Jordan Held. As they're talking things over with Coach Paul. And they're going to have to figure out someone to sit in the box for the Dells, so that's part of that.
Yeah, looks like they're
Put the backup
typing in
goalie
the
in there.
penalty.
Put the backup goalie in there.
Yeah, I wonder if you could. Yeah, a 5-minute major is the call.
Good call on that, young man. Ladies, that's why he's available in England and the Americas.
At all times. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to...
That brings up the question. I didn't get a chance to ask you last week, Valentine's Day. What'd you do for your lady back home? What'd you do for your lady here?
Absolutely nothing.
Attaboy. I did the best thing I could for my lady.
Which was?
I didn't see her, so she's actually happy, I believe. I had to work. I was here.
Yeah. It was a Tuesday, wasn't it? Or something like that?
I think it was Friday. It was Friday.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Perfect day. Yeah, I was here, Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings versus, I'm going to say Mullets, 14th. No, 14th.
Last week at Isanti.
Yeah, Isanti.
Roughing for the 5-minute major.
Really big opportunity for the Riverkings here. Really put some distance between the two teams.
As the kids like to say, they can really make it rain here.
Yeah.
As they got essentially 1 minute to close this out the first period, and then start the second period on 4 minutes straight of player advantage. So we'll see how things go with 47 ticks left to go. First period, Rapids and the Devils tied in a 1-1 hockey game as centering attempt gets knocked out of the way by the Devils. Rapids has to try to get back onside, so they got to clear the zone. That's going to eat up a lot of time as Clausen picks it up, neutral ice. He gets poked off the puck by Allstrand. Tudich flips the puck up to Anderson with under 25 to go. Anderson sends the puck around the boards, intended for Schweitzer. Schweitzer gets behind the goal, 18 seconds to go. Denty up off the boards, held in by Tudich. Tudich to Denty at the circles, down low, Schweitzer, center attempt, tried to stuff home, was Anderson.
Great
no
attempt.
one there. Allstrand back, across the way to the circle, Schweitzer shot, center, and a goal! Denty gets Rapids on the board with 1.9 seconds to go, and it's 2-1 Wisconsin Rapids.
Denty from that bumper is just so effective. He works on that every day before practice, just that quick release. This power play's been great, and I mean Denty, last year 8 points, was scratched for quite a few games, only played 32 all season, and this year he's become such a key player, taking up so many minutes in that top six, and 17th goal on the year.
Allstrand to Schweitzer to Denty, and that is how Rapids goes up 2-1 with 1.9 seconds to go in the first period.
Great thing for a River King just before the buzzer.
That's going to be a huge momentum getter, as that is the first period. As that Wisconsin Rapids goal officially scored by the 18th time is Franco Denty. That's 41 points now on the season.
I wonder what the conversion is. 8 points to 40.
With the assist. And Allstrand with another assist at 19:59. 58, excuse me.
Yeah.
So that's a heck of a way to end the first period.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the perfect sort of way to end it if you're a River King, really just put them on the back foot along. You've still got 4 minutes left of power play, and really great opportunity for the River Kings, really, as I said, put some distance between the two teams.
Officials getting talked to by some of the higher-ups on the River Kings roster, as we'll worry about that when we come back. Again, Rapids started the scoring in the first period. Schweitzer at 11:58, assists to Tudich and Whitehead. Then the Devils, they tie it up at 15:29. Angelo Mazzaro with assists to Armstrong and Wilcox, but then Rapids, they tally it up, or they go up again by 1 goal, 2-1 at 19:58 with the assist by goal by Denty and assist to Schweitzer and Allstrand. In that first period, Wisconsin Rapids goalie Dominic Height, he stopped 6 of 7, while Max Pierce, he stopped 7 of 9, and that's how we go into the first intermission. Rapids, they're going to have 4 minutes of power play coming up to start the second period. But we'll worry about that then. We're going to play a game, get a new sheet of ice. We'll be back here momentarily on 105.5 WIRI, Flow Hockey, and Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. And we are back here at the Southwood County Recreation Center with just about a minute to go before the start of the second period, where Wisconsin Rapids, they are enjoying a 2-1 lead over the Dells Ducks. But there's a potential for a bit more of that as the Riverkings, they start the period with 4 minutes and 1 second of power play coming from a roughing penalty, 5-minute major coming up against Easton Plater of the Dells, right, with about a minute left in the first period. So we'll see how things go from there, as that first period kind of sandwiched in there was the goal scoring for the Riverkings is Schweitzer. He got the first goal at 11:58, and Denty got the last goal at 19:58. But in between there, Dells got on the board at 15:29 by Angelo Mazzaro. Wisconsin Rapids goalie Dominic Height, he has 6 saves on 7 shots faced, while the Dells, Max Pierce, he has 7 saves on 9 shots faced. So coming into this period with a 4-minute power play, essentially, Rory, what do you have to say about that one?
It's going to be a huge test for Pierce and these tired out Ducks. I mean, the 4 games in 5 days is really going to, I think, start to affect these guys, especially with a long and extended power play. And I think now you really just want to try and make simple and effective plays. I mean, their two-man forechecks really going to tire them out. I mean, it's been working well so far. I feel like they really sort of set the tempo. I think they were definitely more physical and really sort of had the Riverkings back. The Riverkings just able to convert on a couple of chances, and I think it'll be really interesting to see how the fatigue sort of plays a part in this one.
Well, we're just about ready as they're making sure the net was all good on the pipes there for Dominic Height, as we're moments away from that puck drop here in the second period. Thanks for joining us here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, Flow Hockey and 105.5 WRI. Really appreciate it tonight, and we're underway. The Riverkings going from my right to the left, the Ducks going from my left to the right. Again, Rapids wearing the home whites and the Dells wearing their dark road jerseys. As Rapids holds zone, Allstrand at the far blue line, sends a puck around the boards, opening up the defense. Schweitzer, pitch up to Tudich inside the blue line. Allstrand with it. Cross ice pass, Anderson, Tudich back to Anderson. Allstrand far side, as the Dells are really playing a good box scheme on that shot. Down through the slot, that was just wide of the goal. Rapids still with possession. Anderson to Schweitzer, back behind the goal, and boy, the Dells were able to clear that one out. 3:16 left to go in that power play to start the second period. Rapids leading 2-1. Puck center on the boards, near side. Anderson, he's having a little bit of trouble moving the puck as the ice is still a bit wet from the resurfacing. Denty tried to get it back up, but that was turned away by the defense. Trudeau battling down low. They picked off the puck, and they're just going to try to tie it up in the corner, and they cannot hold it as Tudich sends a puck up. Schweitzer, now he's got to skate, try to get past the defense. He backhands it behind the goal, giving chase is Denty. He stops, brings it back to the far side. Allstrand from inside the blue line. Anderson stops it at the circle. Back to Anderson, shot. Poked wide by Pierce. As the Dells try to clear it, held in by Anderson. Sends it across to the high slot. Allstrand shot, just over the crossbar. Shot, big rebound. Shot wide of the goal. As Tudich, he got knocked down by Pierce. And they're back to playing hockey now. Anderson shot, rebound there by Pierce, as Allstrand had a good shot at that one. 2:10 left to go in the power play for Rapids. Clausen poked the puck away from Allstrand as Allstrand skating inside the blue line. Big slap shot turned away by the defense. Trudeau at about the middle circle. Puck is loose. Can't find it as Rapids. Now they do. Denty, as now we have a whistle as Pierce. That's the second time he lost his stick on this possession by Rapids. And they get a stoppage. 17:52 left to go in the second period. 1:53 left to go on the skater advantage for Rapids. Still leading 2-1.
Yeah, Pierce forced to make a couple of really excellent saves, starts to stay with the puck really well, and without your stick you're sort of hoping they don't shoot it 5-hole, and then really good play by him to stay with the play, and it looks like the net's just a bit dislodged.
Well, now we're getting that figured out because they've been having a lot of trouble the last few weeks with the net staying on. And I'm not saying it's anything negative against the ice crew because they do a great job here.
Yeah.
But I know it's not because it's extra warm out. It's maybe they're not giving enough time for the ice to set. I don't know. But
yeah, I mean, there's that wet patch. You can really see it from up here, and I think the puck was caught twice. They're really sort of putting Anderson in an awkward position. And I mean, the ice crew, they really care about the ice, and they really take pride in what they do. And it's just I'm not sure what the sort of issue might be. Maybe peg related. Maybe what keeps the net down more than anything else.
Maybe they need to sharpen them pegs just a little bit, not too much. You don't want to create a weapon out there. I mean, there's already a bunch of weapons out there with sticks and skates and whatever you want to make a weapon, really. That puck, that's not nice either.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see this the second unit for the Riverkings. I mean, they played excellently last time out against the Outlaws, and they helped bump up the power play percentage. It was 6 goals and 9 opportunities for the Riverkings, 66% efficiency, and power play's now bumped up to 22%, and the second unit's a large part of that.
Yeah, they were really clicking in the second game against Isanti last week. One shorthanded, and the rest almost all were power plays out of 14 goals. That says something. That does say something. I mean, granted, they weren't all power play or anything like that, but it was a good percentage. Almost half of the goals total were on the power play for Rapids, or on special teams for Rapids. So we'll see if they can get going again here, as they have a minute 53 left on this power play for that's taking up for that 5-minute major by Plater, as we have 17:52 left to go. Second period is face-off to the blocker side of Pierce, controlled by Rapids. Bryceland with the puck. Centering attempt, hops over the stick of Lutflin, held in by Whitehead, and Ilian sends back around the boards. Bryceland centering attempt, sharp angle shot, held on to by Pierce as he almost falls into the goal, which that would have been an interesting call.
Yeah, just a really smart shot by Bryce, and they're just sort of catching Pierce with his weight behind him.
That was an interesting one because there must have been just a little bit of light there that he must have just closed down on just enough, as we face off to the glove side of Pierce, and a poke away, and it's a rush here for the Ducks. It was a big save by Height, and Wesley is not thrilled with it as he got stonewalled, no other way to put it.
That's why you bring Height in.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a great goaltender. Stats might not show it, but he is a good, solid goalie. As Rapids back on the attack is Lutflin behind the cage, out front to Bryceland. Up front, Whitehead back to Bryceland, or Lutflin, excuse me. Bryceland behind the goal. 1 minute left to go on the skater advantage for Rapids.
Urgency needed.
Whitehead, Bulldog, poked away, back to Bryceland. Good forecheck here by the Ducks. Power play kill. Penalty kill, I should say, as Whitehead chips it back to Bulldog. 45 seconds to go. Bryceland down low, looking to center it. Back out to Bulldog. Back down to Bryceland. Centering attempt, nobody home. Goes out of the zone. Rapids will have one more crack at it as we have 30 seconds left to go on the skater advantage. 16:30 left to go, second period. Rapids still up 2-1. Puck sent up, picked off at center ice and set right back down as the Ducks, they're really playing with a big fire as they do not want to give up another goal, especially on this power play as Denty brings it up into the zone. 12 seconds left to go on the skater advantage. Denty, centering attempt, that was to Schweitzer, can't get it to go. Out front to Tudich inside the blue line, cross ice, Allstrand inside the blue line. Shot by Anderson, turned away, that bounced off the stick and part of the crossbar, and that kills the 4-minute penalty here to start the second period as the puck is loose in the slot, bouncing around, stopped by Pierce, sent back out front. Beauchamp centers it. Denty, he gets tied up in there as Allstrand tries to send it back down, gets down even with the goal line, still sitting there. Sharp angle shot by Denty. He sends that, goes up against the boards, held in by Allstrand. Tried to get a rebound to Schweitzer, he couldn't do it. Sent into the high slot where the Dells, they cover up, and that's picked off by Schweitzer down low to the circle. Shot, and a goal! Sharp angle shot by Tudich. Rapids goes up 3-1.
Wow, what a goal by Tudich. I mean, what a player Tudich is. He's had such a great couple of last weekends, just able to find that minuscule angle to sneak the puck in, and I mean, to start that play from Schweitzer to just bat that out the air and find his line mate. What a play.
Well, that was picked off by Schweitzer at the high slot, a clearing attempt, sent down low to Tudich. And that sharp angle shot got him in the top shelf, and it's a 3-1 hockey game in favor of Wisconsin Rapids.
I joke with Schweitzer a lot about his various all-star plays, and I mean that was one of them right there.
Outstanding shot as that goal is officially scored by number 8 Owen Tudich as puck comes up to neutral ice. Caden Schweitzer with the assist, only one assist on that goal. Time of the goal, 4:37. So Rapids is up 3-1 over the Devils now as Devils hold the zone. Shot turned away by the defense, picked up by Cooper. Cooper chips up ahead, glove there by Kneeling. Kneeling back, moving the puck into the Rapids defensive zone. Lead pass to Wesley. Then it's chipped right back to neutral ice as the Devils has to reset, and they do. Collision, Beauchamp, far boards, picked up by leave for Garcia. Wilcox picks it up. Puck bouncing out, high slot, picked up there by Kneeling, just inside the blue line. Shot turned away by the defense in the slot. Beauchamp sends the puck up high, neutral ice, no icing is called as he got more height on it than distance, picked up by Diamond, pass to Ilian as on the far side, Cooper has to get on sides and he does not, so we get a stoppage of play. 14:15 to go, second period, Rapids up 3-1.
Yeah, Cooper almost made it back on side, but I mean a really nice play by, I want to go back to that Schweitzer play, I mean just batting out the air brilliantly and finding Tudich, and Tudich for his 20th goal in the year.
Yeah, 20th goal. He's got 56 points now. Ranking third in the Riverkings hierarchy is scoring. 14:09 left to go. Second period. Rapids up 3-1. Big shout out to a good friend of mine, John. He's listening out on the radio tonight, and he's a big duck hunter. I'm surprised he didn't make her down here, but we'll see how this goes the rest of the game as Rapids, they are chasing after the puck, got sent down the length of the ice. No icing is a call. Raffert got pinned up against the boards down there. Lutflin, he tries to get up ahead to Ilian, the Russian line, as Lutflin pass up to Bryceland. Bryceland, Ilian, Lutflin, 3-on-1 shot, big rebound, puck is loose, picked up by the Ducks, held in by Lutflin, excuse me. Bryceland, sharp angle shot, big rebound, picked up again by the Ducks as the net comes off. Another stoppage there, some pushing and shoving. The Plater's back in the game, and he started pushing with Noah Diamond, it looks like.
Yeah, Diamond's a great skilled player, but I mean he's also an agitator. He loves to go back and forth with these guys, and similar to a Brad Marchand sort of player, and somebody you don't like to play against but love to have on your team.
There's a few of those over the history of the Riverkings I can remember. As there's one that actually played for the Ducks and then came here a few years ago. I forget his name. There's been so many, it's hard to keep track of them all over the years. But either way, we play on, face off to the glove side of Pierce, controlled by Rapids. Bryceland's shot from the circle. That gets turned away by the defense out front. Puck comes neutral ice. Clausen gets a poke checked away. Raffert off the boards. McNeish giving chase, sent across the way to Clausen as he slipped back through there, and there's no icing. Height plays it around the boards as Fletcher plays it back around the other way. Bryceland tries to poke it up out of the zone. He cannot. Now it is into neutral ice. Ducks have to reset. Rapids still moving towards the puck. 12:49 left to go. Second period. Rapids up 3-1. As Dell's trying to establish a possession. They have, I believe, one shot on goal this entire period so far, as we have 12 and a half to go. Centering opportunity for the Devils did not come through as Raffert got to the puck first. Battling in the far corner is Raffert, McNeish. Puck comes up, Bryceland's trying to get out of the zone, and he does. He bumps it through his skates. Williams, one-on-one opportunity. He chips it centering, and Bryceland can't bury it. 12:13 to go. That was an opportunity there. Beautiful puck movement, but the Devils were there defensively to keep Rapids out of the net. Shot just inside the blue line, and there's a glove by Height. Another stoppage. 12:03 to go. Second period. Rapids leading 3-1.
If you're a River King, I think the one thing your game's lacking is some physicality. I think obviously you love playing pretty hockey. You love feeding those passes and making some nice plays, but I think some physicality going into playoffs is what we really need to add to our game.
Well, that's the one thing. You don't need a goon. You need an enforcer.
Yeah.
And like you said, that enforcer's physical. That They have some, but it's almost like they're not taking it easy, but they're not.
With Obsterfelder out, I mean, he's a really big physical player for the Riverkings.
Yes, he is.
He's
Absolutely.
such a huge presence and sort of a deterrent as well, and without him, it sort of lacks the physical game.
Well, you need someone to step up in that regard for Rapids, even though they are holding a 3-1 lead. Puck was tied up in the corner. And now Rapids trying to break it out of the zone. They cannot. Norton, high slot, turned away by the leg of Whitehead. Tudich trying to grab the puck as it's up to neutral ice. Sent back down, rips off the official. Mazzaro trying to get a sharp angle shot, and that's gobbled up by Height.
Whitehead taking exception.
As there's some exceptions being taken. There's some pushing and shoving. These teams are going after it as there's a punch thrown at Denty, as both teams are really not having too much of it from either side right now.
Sort of not really face-to-face confrontation, just a little bit of slashing, a little bit of cross-checks behind the play, and sort of jabs at Height and things like that, sort of really antagonizing the Riverkings. I mean, it's on both sides. It's a real chippy game already, and obviously a lot of animosity between these teams.
Should be matching penalties as Tudich goes in the box, as does number 4, Norton, for the Dells. Roughing for both of them. Roughing and then a cross, so one of the two. As that's Norton for the Dells and Tudich for Rapids.
Wisconsin Rapids penalty to number 8, Owen Tudich. 2-minute minor for 1 day.
He's got the roughing as Tudich. Liam Norton for roughing. Okay, they said cross-check, but it was roughing for both, so we are playing 4-on-4 hockey. That ice is sure opened up. 11:17 to go, second period. 3-1 hockey game, Rapids advantage, so that can go either way. As far as the ice really opening up, that really helps the defense, but boy, that really helps the offense too.
Absolutely.
Goes down the length of the ice. No icing, that got waved off. Our official said yes, near one said no, we play on. Anderson gets a puck, leave at the circle, shot covered up by Pierce right in the pads. As there's your first opportunity for Rapids on that 4-on-4. Stoppage of play, 10:53 to go, second period. 3-1 hockey game, Wisconsin Rapids.
Yeah, the Riverkings really able to sort of set the tempo this period, I think, towards the middle and back end of the period, sort of having the Ducks sort of dominate the sort of tempo and the control of the game, and now it's just the Riverkings really taking control, especially with the help of that 4-minute power play to begin the period.
Face off to the glove side of Pierce. Gets cleared up into neutral ice. Beauchamp picks it up. Garcia flanking him. Drop pass to Garcia at the Rapids blue line. He can't quite handle it cleanly as he's being face guarded by Wesley, who goes down on the ice. Reminded that once again it is slippery and there is no penalty, no icing being called. And that played behind the goal by Pierce as the puck goes out of play, as there's some yelling going on by the Dells and there's some smiles from the Rapids players back towards their bench.
Yeah, Garcia, I mean, he's such a nimble skater. He's got that ability to just turn on the jets like he did there, and what a great skater he is.
10.5 to go, second period. Face off to the blocker side of Pierce. Held up, picked up by Beauchamp. Shot from the blue line, bouncing puck. It's still loose. Pierce laying flat on his back in the crease. Rapids picks up the puck. No goal, no nothing yet. As they're playing in the corner, I'm screened out a little bit by the boards. Centering temp to the slot for Rapids, no one home. As Trudeau picks it up, waiting for the Dells to get to where they want to be on the ice. Trudeau, back pass. That goes to Desjardins. Shot. Blocked by the skates of Beauchamp. Sharp angle shot. Not anywhere close as the puck goes around the boards and the net seemingly comes off.
Yeah,
as
I think it did.
As Height hugged the post that popped up off the goal line. So that's, man, I don't know what it is, why that keeps happening, but maybe
yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just the weight you put on that post when you push off. I mean, Height looking to secure the short side there and just sort of nudge up into it, and I think that's sort of what dislodged it.
Well, we'll be having a face-off here. Glove side of Height. Face-off controlled by Rapids. Denty. Backhand pass up to Beauchamp. Up way ahead is Bryceland. Beauchamp skates forward. Centering to Denty. Denty tries to get behind the defense. Can't quite hold on to it. Denty. Near corner. Pass up ahead to Anderson. Leave pass to Garcia, who backhands it through the slot, back to Anderson. Anderson skates, sends it around the boards. We got 4 seconds left to go on 4-on-4, and we're back to even hockey as the Dells has an opportunity to break out the zone as Clausen brings it up, sends it, dumps it down into the Rapids end. Anderson sends it back the other way. Beauchamp trying to get it through his skates. He's tied up, far corner. He comes away with it, sends it up, and that is being chased by Wilcox, and no icing is the call. 9:05 left to go, second period. Rapids up 3-1 over the Ducks. Anderson down low, Schweitzer near side. Schweitzer skates with it, chips it up against the boards. Allstrand gets around a defender, tries to center it right in the slot, and that gets sent back through the center ice, picked up by Raffert in the Rapids zone. Chipped up ahead, Anderson, Allstrand, he brings it up in the zone, part of the Euro line, as Allstrand tried to leave pass for Schweitzer, cannot. Puck comes out as the net comes off for Pierce. Another stoppage, 8:35 to go in the second period. Rapids still leading 3-1.
Yeah, that time it just looked like number 18 just sort of tried to use the net to stop himself and knocked it off that way. But I want to say Wilcox, I mean, he's been really noticeable this game, coming in like height from Hudson Havoc, and now in 3 games with the Ducks, he's gained himself 2 points, both assists.
Face off, that was to the glove side of Pierce. Bouncing puck comes through the slot, sent back out to the blue line by Raffert. He tries to send it around the boards, gets picked up in the corner, and out goes behind the goal. Sent back around the boards is the Dells and Rapids battling in the near side, screened out by the boards. Now they move it out. Allstrand comes up, tries to center it, held in by Lutfelin. Schmiel, one of the mid-season additions from Russia for the Riverkings, sent behind the cage is Schweitzer, looking to center it right on the doorstep. Allstrand couldn't quite get there. Schluffelin holds his own. Anderson sends it back, and it's picked up in the neutral ice zone by Raffert. Chipped up ahead by Allstrand, because they got to clear the zone, otherwise it will be an offsides. 7:44 to go, second period. Rapids up 3-1. Puck sent around the boards. Cooper giving pursuit. Allstrand, he gets there first, sends it up, held in the zone by the Ducks, but not anywhere near the goal was that shot, as Luflin lifts it up, gets held into the zone by Massaro, as the Devils trying to mount some offense. Redirected shot, high slot, nowhere near the goal yet again. Puck behind the goal, picked up by Allstrand. Allstrand battling with it with Raffert. Puck comes up at the circle, and now that will not be an icing. Last touched by the Ducks. Getting there first is McGregor. Sends it up, poked away by Diamond. Diamond dropped pass to Ilian. Ilian tried to get it back to Diamond. Couldn't quite do it as Luffelin. He picks up the puck, neutral ice, as Rapids gets back up on sides. Under 7 to go, second period. As Rapids still trying to hold his own. Coming up neutral ice is the Dells. Karowski near side, as there is a penalty coming up against Rapids, I believe, and it is. That's probably going to be against Mikhail Ilian for an elbow. When you're as tall as him, just like you say with Beauchamp, when you're not doing anything dirty, it still looks dirty when you're that tall, and that's more than likely going to be the call.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a harmless hit from our sort of vantage point, and then obviously refs seem to have picked up something.
Oh, I believe that's a check-in from behind, actually.
No.
That's still a 2-minute penalty coming up here. 12:24, time of the penalty. And that will be a power play for the Ducks, as they can't hold the zone. Comes back out in the Dells defensive zone. McNeish, he gets the puck as he's trying to tie it up, let his teammates come through. This puck comes up through the slot. Wilkie sends it up to Fletcher. Rapids defense trying to get there, going around the goal. Sent back out front to Wesley. Diamond tried to poke check it away as Fletcher sends it behind the goal. Bulldog for Rapids gets there first, ties it up in the corner. 1 River King, 3 Ducks battling it out. It's a whole flock of them, you can say. Puck comes back around out front inside the blue line. Clausen being poked by Diamond. It's a 2-on-1. Diamond, McNeish, Diamond near side. Shot, and that gets blocked by Pierce. Standing tall was Pierce as both teams battling for it now. McNeish holding the puck down deep. Tudich comes back on the ice as Diamond goes off. Bolduc, Whitehead staying about mid-ice as the puck is tied up in the corner.
Yep.
Under a minute left to go in this power play for the Dells. 5.5 to go in the second period. Battle into the corner.
Great play by Hogan.
Rapids is doing a great job.
Keeping 3 guys on him, now 4.
Boy, that's a man among boys right there. As the puck's loose, sharp angle shot off the mask of Pierce, bouncing puck in the crease, and it's sent out by Pierce. Another outstanding series of saves for the Rapids goalie, the Dells goalie, excuse me. Intercepted puck at the blue line. Tudich out front, shot. And there's a whistle as Pierce is saying, hey, I had my helmet off. I have an issue with my gear. We need a stoppage of play, and they get one. 4:56 left to go in the second period. 20 seconds left to go in the power play for the Dells.
Yeah, I mean, what an effort by McNeish on that shift. I mean, he's the epitome of a penalty killer, and his efforts are met with jubilation by the Riverkings players. I mean, what a player McNeish is. And I also want to highlight Bolduc. I think Bolduc at the start of the year, he was quite fresh and really wanted to play that more offensive style, but he's really adapted his play really nicely to fit in with the system.
Face off going to the glove side of Pierce. Just a little bit of time left on the skater advantage for the Ducks, as that was really eating up time behind the goal by the Riverkings. As shot really sharp angled, stopped by Height. 2 seconds, 1, and now we're at even hockey. McGregor tries to center it. Gets it across ice, shot, redirected into the netting.
Great play by Ilian.
And we got another stoppage of play, 4.5 to go. Even hockey though, but Rapids is up, 3-1.
Yeah, charges straight out of the penalty box and makes a nice play to cut out that opportunity.
Face off, coming up to the blocker side of Dominic Height. Controlled now by Rapids. Beauchamp behind the goal. Gets his pocket picked there by the Dells. Gets sent out up front. Ilian to Tudich. It's a 1-on-3, just like it was in the corner behind the goal moments ago. A big collision on the far side. Center attempt. Cooper couldn't hold on to it for Rapids. Sent the puck back around the boards. Comes out front. Shot Ilian. That goes right behind the goal. He had a lot of mustard on that one. As puck gets out center, Ilian there, shot redirected by the defense right back to him. Dells defense playing tough in that slot when it's been a lot of 1-0 looks. And now they sent the puck back up, neutral ice. Beauchamp, he knocks it into the corner. As the Dells trying to get a line change, holding up in the corner. That's Cooper. Big collision in that corner again. As puck just getting pushed up ahead. Loose puck goes behind the goal. Garcia has it. Sends it back around the goal. Beauchamp with it, 3.5 to go. Second period, Rapids up 3-1. Sent up neutral ice. Goes into the zone of the Ducks, and it's going to be stoppage of play. Whistle, I believe that'll be offsides. 3:23 left to go second period. Rapids still leading 3-1, and leading in shots 22-10.
Yeah, and this is a really huge game for the Ducks. I mean, depending on Northwest results, if the Ducks can get 2 wins out of this weekend, they can play playoff hockey at home, and that just speaks to the sacrifice the players are willing to make blocking shots and getting their body in front of these heavy shots.
The Ducks at home are definitely a different animal, no pun intended, as anybody at home is a little more dangerous than they are on the road.
Absolutely.
But that I think it means more for the Ducks than anything right now, as Rapids, they gather the puck behind their goal. 3:01 left to go, second period. Anderson trying to chip it into neutral ice. Rapids does. Bryceland, it's a 1-0 shot right into the pads, and off comes the helmet of Pierce. And we got another stoppage of play. 2:52 left to go, second period.
Yeah, Bryson looking for a similar goal as he did on the Saturday against Isanti, just top of that right circle and just zipping it, but it's Pierce, and hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, I think he's all right. He's been having some trouble with those straps on the back of his helmet. So hope just like the pegs staying firm in the ice. I don't know what's going on there, I'm sure. But with all the wear and tear, because he's Pierce coming into this game, 20 games played. He's 12 wins, 7 losses, 1 shutout. He's played 1,167 minutes. I'm sure gear's wearing out a little bit as he's going to the bench.
Yeah, I imagine it's just a clip broken. I've had a couple of them, and they're so annoying when the clip just sort of blows up on you.
Well, I think they are going to be just getting them one of the backups' helmets, doing the best they can with it. As they are just going to have to do the best you can. I mean, that's unfortunate, but player safety is paramount, especially the goalie, because boy, that I've been hit with a few pucks over the years without pads. That hurts.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot imagine how goalies all that time ago, they used to play without a helmet. I mean, they were even more crazy than we are now.
Yeah, that's right. And they still look better than me, but that's not the point. As we have a face-off again to the glove side of Pierce. Rapids holds it at neutral ice. 2:45 to go as big collision in front of the Rapids bench. Down goes Trudeau, and we've got a whistle. Obviously, that was a little too hard of a hit. So we'll see what goes on there, as the Dells bench isn't very happy with how that went, as I can hear them over my headset yelling. Now, I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, I just can't make it out, but I can't imagine it's something nice.
Yeah, they're not happy with something. So there's a lot of quacking going on down there. Sorry for all the bird jokes. I'm really sorry.
I think they're flowing nicely.
Well, they're about ready to. They migrated back north early from the Dells up here for tonight and tomorrow. As we got 2:40 left to go, second period. Rapids up 3-1. Face-off going to the glove side of Pierce. Neutral ice puck. Luffelin sends it up neutral ice, picked up by the Dells. Waiting for everybody to get back on sides, and they are off sides. Stoppage play. 2.5 to go. Second period. Rapids still leading 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, just right now, just sort of a bit of trouble in the neutral zone again. I mean, it's such a tight game and such a emotionally charged game. That's going to get clogged up pretty quickly, and now it's just sort of how well can you sort of chip and run.
Neutral ice face-off controlled by the Dells. They send it back behind the Rapids goal. Drop pass from Raffert to Lutfelin. Puck comes up, held in by Armstrong. Shot, blocker saved by Height. Height has had good luck, mediocre luck against the Ducks this year. They won the first matchup, but then dropped the last two. The last one coming up on February 1st. But we still play on as he's with a different team now, as Denty gets the puck up into the offensive zone, battling in the corner with under 2 minutes to go. Denty trying to center that pass, and he does, back behind the goal. Schweitzer can't quite come up with it. Dells do. Centering up, neutral ice, Trudeau. He gets hit right at center ice by Luffelin, and the puck comes back, Rapids zone, but Rapids picks it up. Schweitzer up-handed, Tudich behind the defense, coming in, shot, there you go! Oh boy, lifted it over the glove, and Rapids goes up 4-1.
I mean, this combination of Schweitzer and Tudich is just outrageous.
Outstanding goal by Tudich.
I mean, what a play. I mean, the pass from Schweitzer, just lofting it brilliantly. Just sort of getting enough air to carry it over the stick of the Ducks defender, and then a great play by Tudich to sort of drag it, getting the weight of Pierce, and then chipping it over.
Backhand, forehand over to the far post, tucks it in, and we've got a 4-1 hockey game. Riverkings over the Ducks.
Yeah, I mean, the Riverkings have had so many chances. They've been able to cut through that middle so many times, especially with the effectiveness of the saucer pass between this line of Denty, Tudich, and Schweitzer. And another chance here, and it's buried by Tudich.
Well, Pierce got his main helmet back, so luckily they got that fixed up, ready for him to go. So we got a face-off coming up, 1:36 to go, second period. 4-1 hockey game. Rapids, they're looking to add more. Bryceland picks up the face-off, gets into the zone, centering attempt, bouncing puck just wide of the far post. Held into the zone, Bulldog shot, blockered up into the netting, stoppage of play with 1:23 to go.
Schweitzer's had a hand in all 4 Riverkings goals tonight. I mean, what a game he's having.
Outstanding, you're absolutely right. As we got 1:23 left to go in the second period. Rapids up 4-1, 25-12 shot advantage. And just things are going Rapids' way to this point as face-off gets canceled there. As not everyone is ready.
And I think it's really, the scoreline just doesn't reflect the sort of how the game's been played. It's been really back and forth, and I think the Riverkings just a lot more clinical.
I completely agree with you. It's been a very close game. It's sure 4-1 doesn't look like it. Backhand, and the light went on, but no goal, as that was backhand point blank, and it almost went through the pads of Pierce. The goal light went on, but no goal as we got another stoppage. 1:18 left to go, second period. Rapids up 4-1. Another face-off coming. Glove side of Pierce. Face-off controlled by Rapids. Sneaking through, left out. Whitehead, he has got a center on the boards. Rapids has to touch up. They do. Allstrand poke checks it back into the zone. Trailing is Anderson, and Anderson can't quite get to it. Whitehead holds his own. Under 1 minute to go as Bryceland gets to the corner. He gets ridden off the puck and he gets held up a little bit. No penalty. I agree with that. Anderson, centering attempt back. Allstrand tried to stuff it home and he couldn't. Held his own as Bulldog sends it around the boards. Whitehead centering attempt. Allstrand shot gobbled up by Pierce. 43.8 seconds remaining. Second period. 4-1 Rapids.
Yeah, Pierce really, I mean, he's such a talented goalie. I mean, his technical skills are great and his ability to move laterally is unbelievable, and makes another solidly positioned save there.
Face off, blocker side of Pierce now, 43.8 to go, second period. Puck sent back around the boards. Garcia picks it up, sends it back down. Centering attempt from Williams. Bouncing around behind the goal, center attempt there, that time by McNeish. Puck comes into the near corner. Rapids playing with less than 30 seconds to go on the penalty, or on the period, excuse me, as Garcia has the puck inside his blue line, sends it up ahead by McNeish. Flies up to Cooper. Cooper shot up off the pads. Pierce held his own as Rapids sends it back right around. There first was McGregor for the Dells, picked up by Cooper, centering opportunity shot. Puck's bouncing, and it's covered up by Pierce with 5.3 seconds to go in the period. Boy, that's another great opportunity for Rapids that Pierce stood tall in.
I mean, the Riverkings have had countless grade A scoring chances, and Pierce has been really, he's been playing well, and Williams for his second great chance of the night, just unable to sort of lift it over the outstretched Pierce.
As frustrating as it has been for Rapids last couple weeks with tough goalie play, and you can look at the scores and say, yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, that was very tough goalie play. I mean, boy, Healy was outstanding there.
Facing 91 shots, it's unbelievable.
Absolutely. So my question is, how nice is it to be facing these stingy goalies coming up with the playoff push?
It's really good. I mean, it just makes you elevate your game, and that's exactly what we need coming into the playoffs.
There's a shot from Cooper inside the blue line and turned away by Pearson. There's your horn, and there's two in the books as the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings lead the Dells Ducks 4-1. First in that second period, Owen Tudich got the scoring start at 4:37 with an assist to Gaten Schweitzer, and the duo met again at 18:24 when Tudich scored again with assists to Schweitzer and Denty. Through two periods, Rapids is throwing up 31 shots, 27 saves for Max Pierce, whereas the Dells, they have thrown up 5 shots in that second period. Dominic Height making 5 saves as they have 12 shots on the game. So what we're going to do here quick, we will be getting a game played in here. We'll get a new sheet of ice, and then we'll be back here for the fantastic conclusion of tonight's game. Again, where Wisconsin Rapids leads 4-1. So we'll be back here momentarily on Flow Hockey, Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, and 105.5 WIRI. And we are back here at the Southwood County Recreation Center for the exciting third period of action between the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings and the Wisconsin Dells Ducks. Yeah, my name is Mike Comer. I'll be bringing you the action. Of course, Art and Carl on the cameras, Matt leading the action up here, and of course our good buddy, Rory McGibbon. 4-1 score, feels a lot closer than that. Shots 31-12, but really, this has been a highly contested game on the ice, and I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of physical play out here the rest of the way.
Definitely. I mean, a bit more clinical with some of these chances that the Ducks have had, and it could easily be even a tie game. I mean, I think there's been 3 breakaways that Height's just been able to get on top of, and I think a bit more clinical for the Dells, and could be a completely different picture.
Well, we are just waiting for the ice to firm up just a little bit as both teams are out on the ice ready to go, and that horn sounds right now. So they're having a couple words here. I think they're going to get the ice crew out there and polish off some of the water. I don't know why it's not firming up so well. I know they've had some issues with it during the course of the season, but either way, we're going to have to play on.
It must just be the rush after the games they play in the intermission.
Well, there's been a lot of games played on this ice this winter. Just like how they're telling both teams to get off the ice, and they're going to be giving it a little bit more time. So, right, we should probably take a look at a little bit around the league. Because, I mean, tonight you had 3 other games going on. Hudson at Steele County. That really, none of these. It's not going to affect who's in or out.
Yeah.
And there's really only one place that's really going to have any effect, and that's that 4-5 bubble.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's so tight. I mean, I'm not entirely sure of the points difference, but it must be just razor close. And I mean, as I've said, the Ducks really need to win both games this weekend, or else they won't be playing home ice. And I think that's really what they're looking for.
Coming into the game, the Squatch have it all wrapped up. The top seed, 74 points. The Riverkings, they're second with 68, and then the Express 58 points, and that's where I say it's kind of a top-tiered league, where you got the Squatch and the Riverkings really taking lead. The Express, they can play spoiler in there for anybody. Then it's 4-5. Mullets came in at 50 points. Ducks with 49. Then at 6th place, the Blue Ox. Man, they can't catch them, but it'll be a 1-point advantage. So we're really hunting for that 4-5 matchup, and that changes to where the Ducks either go to the Mullets or the Mullets go to the Ducks. As of right now, the pairings will be Isanti. They go to the Squatch. That's a done deal. Steele County comes here. That's a done deal. And then the Blue Ox will be going to the Express as a 6-3, but that's really just that 4-5. And boy, the 4-5, just by numbers, that's really how it should be. It should be close like that.
Yeah, it's so tight. And I mean, that group of the Mullets, Ducks, and Blue Ox, it's so back and forth between them. It's unbelievable. I mean, even this week, the Ducks were able to topple the Northwest twice. And I mean, each team, Mullets, Ducks, and Blue Ox, they've lost to each other. They beat each other. It's been so hotly contested. Always a tight game between those two, or those 3 even.
Well, right now the scores are Steele County 5-0 over Hudson. Rapids, of course, 4-1 over the Dells, and 3-2 Northwest over the Blue Ox. And then, of course, tomorrow's games, the Dells and Rapids. The Mullets go to Isanti, and the Steele County Blades, they go to the Blue Ox. So we're getting closer and closer to when they're going to play. But boy, there's a pretty darn good crowd here tonight.
Absolutely, I wanted to mention it.
Oh yeah, man. Go ahead, man, because both sides of the bleachers are pretty well full. The beer garden's just overflowing.
Yep.
The band's here rocking it, and the upper concourse is great.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it must be the most filled we've had it this year. Maybe the opening game of the season, when I remember I couldn't even hear you because of how loud the fans were, and I was trying to turn up the mic. And I mean, great showing by so many people to come out. And I think with the high school season over and now with the playoffs ramping up, it's just excitement. It's buzzing around here right now.
Of course, local high school action. Wisconsin Rapids was knocked out of the playoffs on Tuesday up at DC Everest. They were shut out 5-0. 3rd time this season that the Evergreens got the better of Rapids, unfortunately for us Rapids fans. But big upset last night up Stevens Point, the number 1 ranked all year, undefeated Spash Panthers. They got it taken to them by Chippewa Falls 4-1, and Point had knocked off Chi High earlier in the season. It was like 8-0.
Yeah.
And they even outshot the Cardinals like 48-18 in the game, and the Cardinals weren't having any of it, and the Cardinals took it to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's the beauty of hockey, and I mean, it's so unpredictable. You can maybe assume, but you'll never know for sure which team's going to win, and that's just the beauty of sports, the underdog story, and the ability on the night, if you perform, if you show up, you can beat anyone on any given day.
Other than that, I mean, there's no hockey going on. Other than that, we will not talk about last night, as that still sticks in my craw. As I jokingly said on Game or Playmakers earlier in the week, to a talk show on 105.5 that I go on Wednesdays, is I'm still bitter about the 2008 Olympics when they took our gold medals and gave us Justin Bieber in return. Yeah,
I mean, there's such a Canadian presence on our team, and our assistant coach Derek, he had a he had a bet with Coach Bull, and Coach Bull's been rocking a Canada hat all day, and that's the sort of thing. That's the sort of thing you just love to see. The sort of the in between the rivalries and the betting and the sort of camaraderie we have, and it's been brilliant.
We do love our neighbors to the north. They've always been good to us. Hey,
heating up recently though, hasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we still got women's hockey. I'll take that too. But go back to the Iran hostage crisis. If it wasn't for them, who knows what would have happened. But we know what's going to happen now is hockey for another 20 minutes as the face-off is controlled by Rapids. They send it down into the Dells zone. Dells trying to get back with the puck. Chips up into neutral zone. Rapids has to get back on sides. Kneeling picks it up just outside the Rapids blue line. He skates in, sends one in, bouncing puck. Big opportunity there for the Dells. Just couldn't get that opportunity into the net. As the Dells, they are playing with a little bit more fire. The ice is still fairly wet on both ends. So we'll see how much that impacts either team as we have 19 and a half minutes to go to see who decides the winner here at Southwood County Recreation Center. Rapids still up 4-1, but it's a lot closer game than 4-1 as it feels. As Tudic gets the puck up to Denty. Denty's behind the defense. Denty skates up, shot. He went far side, and that Pierce was all over it. Stonewalled was Denty as Masao, he brings the puck up into the zone, backhand over the crossbar into the corner. Rapids chipping the puck up neutral ice. Denty has it again. He gets puck poked away by Wilkie. Tudic gathers possession back. Bulldog. Whitehead on the far side. Whitehead, he hits just a big wet spot on the ice. Puck just stops right in its tracks, if they had tracks, that is. As the Ducks sending the puck back around the zone. Slipping, going down is one of the Dells players. They send the puck right back out mid-ice, and they've got to reset the offense. 18 and a half to go now in regulation. 4-1 lead, Rapids over the Dells. Big game for the Dells. They really need this one. And if they don't get this one, they really need it tomorrow night. And hope that the Mullets do not come away with a win tomorrow. As Alstrand picks up a loose puck right at the blue line. Shot, big rebound by Pierce up in the netting. Another stoppage play, 18:06 to go in regulation.
Yeah, the Ducks need every point available to sort of catch the Mullets. And I mean, just in that play, Anderson takes one off the head, and a smart play by Alstrand, really looking for a tip from Bryceland, but just unable to find him.
Face off, left side of Pierce, shot from the circle by Anderson, and that's turned away by the defense. The puck just sits there, all the wet spot out on the ice. Anderson has the puck. He's skating through all that water. It's really disrupting some of the play down on both ends, so it's not just a Dells end thing, it's a Rapids end thing too. So at least there's no discrimination on that. As the puck gets sent down the length of the ice, there's an icing call, stoppage play, 17:38 left to go. Rapids still with that 4-1 lead over the Dells.
Yeah, the wet patches are just a complete booby trap. I remember there was Anderson in the first sort of minutes of the second period on that power play. Just I think it was twice he was caught out by the patch of wet just below that right side dot. And I think it's just a sort of trap waiting to be unleashed.
We've seen it work for both sides throughout the season as Clausen brings the puck up into the offensive zone for the Dells. Big collusion with Lutfelin. Down goes Clausen. We've got a stoppage of play as Lutfelin sitting there like, hey, I didn't do anything. He fell and went down. I think he banged his head more than anything else off the boards, but we'll see what the call is here. I don't think it was an intentional thing. No. And Lutfelin stating his case saying, what would I do? He just went down and grabbed his head.
Yeah, I think it just sort of unfortunate with Lutfelin, but I do think there was a sort of head contact there, and obviously the Dells player looks quite shaken up.
Hopefully he's all right. We don't want to see any of that.
I wonder if we'll see another heroic penalty kill by Hogan McNeish. I mean, what an effort on that shift. I mean, at one point he had 4 Ducks below the goal line, just hemming that puck against the wall. Just great play by him and great determination.
I believe that was Clausen who went down, and the way he's grabbing his head and he's taking his time, he's going to have to get watched for concussion. Yeah. Hopefully he's okay. Those concussions are no joke.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I've been fortunate as a goalie to not have a concussion with the copious amounts of times that I've been hit in the head with a puck going over 80 miles an hour, and Clausen looks like he's all right.
I'm sure back in my day when I wrestled, I had a couple hit my head on the mat. But back in my day, back in the early 2000s, you didn't really think too much about it. But I've got a hard enough head that it more than likely wouldn't have affected me too much anyways.
Yeah.
But now they're changing that to a 5-minute major for boarding.
Wow. And here's the Dells' opportunity on the 5-minute major to really get a couple back on the Riverkings.
Well, I wonder what changed.
Yeah.
Why they changed it? Unless that was just an announcing error for the PA system, which is possible.
Yeah.
But I can only go with what I've heard over the PA, so that's why I phrase it like that.
Yeah.
Not to, make our friends down in the Dells upset with that, because I could see how that was a 5-minute penalty, and I was kind of surprised myself that it was called just a 2, but now it's a 5. So Rapids, we'll see what your PK is going to be all about, and they are going to see right now as the Dells, they control that face-off, coming out to the circle. Mazzaro passes it down low. Back out top is McGregor. McGregor, far side. The pass goes up to Kneeling. Shot blocked in the slot. And now it's McNeish. He's giving chase to it. I don't know if he's going to really try to score as he's just tying it up along the boards. Diamond was going through the slot in case he did decide to pass it to center it. The puck is still being fought over, and now it is loose. Kneeling goes behind the goal as he gets around McNeish. As the Dells, they try to set up their offense. Kurowski brings it up past the blue line. Leave pass to Mazzaro. Shot, cross pass to Norton. Nobody home. Kneeling with a puck behind the goal. Centering pass, just loose, bouncing around. Opportunity there. Big rebound for the Ducks as Norton couldn't bury it. It did get through to Height. There's a big thump off his leg pads. Back out to the circles. Mazzaro, he leaves it to Kurowski. Kurowski to Mazzaro. Mazzaro shot, redirected by the skate of Bulldog, and up ahead, Diamond tries to clear it. He can't hold the zone. Whitehead tried to clear it, shot, and a goal! Power play goal by Liam Norton, and it's a 4-2 hockey game.
Yeah, really well worked. A nice pass cross seam to find Norton there. And it was a great start to the kill by the Riverkings. A couple of great blocks. I'm really liking their posture.
Excuse me, I didn't mean to step on you there.
No, of course.
4:03 time of the goal, and that's 3:33 left on the Gator advantage. A 5-minute major already. That's making the Riverkings pay. As Luke Foolin went in the box for a boarding major, 5-minute major. So we'll see how things close out here. The final 15:57. Face-off controlled by Rapids. They send to the length of the ice.
He was assisted by number 3,
Kurowski. Kurowski and Kneeling. As Rapids, Beauchamp, he gets behind the defense, he skates in, shot, and he had a backhand who was stonewalled by Pierce. The Dells have momentum as Beauchamp holds his own, sends it in, wide of the goal. Squirts back around the boards as, boy, the Dells have the momentum.
Absolutely.
4-2 with under 3 minutes to go on that 5-minute major. Already have one goal. They want to get another one to make it a 1-goal game. As Garcia sends the puck all the way down. And there's a whistle. Don't know why there was a whistle.
Must have just been a mistake.
I think he's sitting there saying, my bad. I screwed up because there shouldn't have been a whistle on that as Rapids was on the penalty kill. And he's laughing, a little smile like that. I screwed up, sorry. That's my fault. Face off, neutral ice. Cooper, he was fighting for it and sent down behind the Dells goal. So 15 minutes left to go. 2.5 to go on the skater advantage for the Dells. They're trailing 4-2. 34 shots to 14, Rapids advantage, but that 4-2, that's looming large in this game. That's really going to get they're all contested. This one's going to get really fun soon. It's already been a fun game as it goes. As the Dells, they have the puck down low, where Kurowski out to the point. McGregor down low, moves over to Massaro. Rapids trying to clear the zone. They cannot. This puck goes back around the boards. Getting there first, Bulldog gets it stopped by the blue line by McGregor. Cross ice pass, shot right into the belly of Height. Stoppage of play, 14-16, 1:52 to go on the skater advantage.
Yeah, I mean, a really good save by Height there, really to just stop the pressure. The inability of the Riverkings to sort of clear on these longer possessions in their zone has really been a struggle, and sort of what stemmed from the first goal on the power play here by the Ducks.
Face off, glove side of Height. Ilian battling Norton, held in by the Ducks. Skating up to the circles, shot, and a goal through the 5-hole of Height, and we've got a 1-goal hockey game.
Number 43 Kneeling, I mean, now it's 15 in his last 10, and I mean, extends his point streak to 8 games. I mean, he's a great player. He's been all over this game for the Ducks, and finds one through Height there.
This is not exactly what Wisconsin Rapids wants to happen. 5:50 time of the goal, power play yet again. Like I said, the Ducks have momentum, and boy, do they have it now.
Yep, 1-goal game. I mean, it's anyone's game now.
Penalties kill.
Absolutely.
As that's one that I'm sure Lutfelin's mad about, and I'm sure Coach Paul's not thrilled about either. As Jake Kneeling with the goal. Norton with the assist. Time of the goal, 5:50, so it's a 4-3 hockey game now. Rapids leading over the Dells, 34-16 shot advantage. So if you're looking at that number alone, that shouldn't be this close. But these are two teams that they really jack it up when they get ready to take the ice against each other. And they haven't faced each other since November, but we'll see how this concludes in the next 13.5 minutes as Rapids sends the puck back down the length of the ice. 1 minute left to go on the skater advantage for the Dells, as we still have a 4-3 hockey game. Coming up, Clausen, cross ice pass, bringing it up to Armstrong. Armstrong gets punched off the puck. Puck gets caught up in the officials. As up there, Raffert, up to Bryson. Bryson trying to get behind the defense. He cannot. Puck sits there just inside the blue line. The Dells back on the move. Raffert uses the glass and the board, sends the puck right back down. 37 seconds to go on the skater advantage, 13 to go in regulation. This is going to get really contested, folks, so stick with us here. You're going to see a fantastic finish on Flow Hockey, Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, and 105.5 WIRI. Playing right next underneath of us is Wesley. Lift up to Denty. Tudich behind the defense. Bad line change by the Ducks. Shot. Big save by Pierce. He got 2 of them. And the Ducks are really falling right now. 8 seconds to go on the power play. As Tudich giving a little bit of forecheck down there. Both skaters go down. Big collision. The fans love it. And around the boards go the puck. And we're at full strength now as Beauchamp is trying to use his size and speed to get the puck into the offensive zone. He could not. Up off the glass. Engstrom picks up the puck, sends it in on Beauchamp. He lifts it up to center ice. Line change again. Denty trailed by Tudich. Tudich, shot. That's gobbled up. Big rebound. Loose puck. And it's behind the goal, turned away about 3 times there by Pierce. Trying to clear the zone is the Dells, and they are going to get an icing, and they call it. There's an icing. 11:46 to go regulation, and the Dells are not happy about that call.
No, and I mean, now it's really sort of turning with that Schweitzer and Denty line. Really, just they bring so much energy, and Pierce. I mean, what a game he's been playing. He's been forced into so many amazing saves and really kept his team in it.
Face off, blocker side of Pierce. Rapids sends a shot in about 3 feet wide of the far post. Dells now up center ice. Wilcox, he gets hit up against the boards by Denty. Right below us, trying to watch where that puck goes. Desjardins, he sends the puck up into the Rapids zone. Bulldog battling down low. Puck goes behind the goal. Bulldog drops his stick, gets it back. So he now has a puck back. Up ahead, Whitehead is trying to send it up along the boards. He drops it back behind goal where Bulldog is. Along the boards, Denty chips it up, neutral ice. Desjardins, pocket pick by Tudich. Puck goes loose. Schweitzer's there. Schweitzer tried to center it. Nobody there as the defense was staying strong. Battling in the corners, the Dells and Rapids. As we have 11 minutes to go as puck goes into the Rapids penalty box with a stoppage. And the officials are saying no changes as they sent the puck out of play, so Rapids can change. Dells cannot. Stoppage play, 10:55 to go in regulation.
These Dell skaters have been out for a while. I mean, just completely just engulfed by this line of Tudic and Schweitzer and Denti. I mean, what a shift they've had. So many great opportunities, and now gives the Euro line the chance to really punish the Dells.
Well, if they can get a good clean win on this face-off, 10:55 to go in a 4-3 lead, they can maybe send one in here on this tired line as Bryceland picks it up. He shoots, goes way wide of the mark. Rapids still holding the zone. Down there is Anderson as the puck comes up neutral ice, and the Dells accomplished what they needed to as they're going like crazy to get that line change. Bulldog, puck, skates up off the boards, held down by Devlin. It's kind of funny. Just watched the movie The Fugitive every other day, and on the Ducks there's Devlin and McGregor. So that's, if you get that reference from that movie, good classic. Harrison forward, Tommy Lee Jones as the Riverkings send the puck up neutral ice. Bryceland chasing after it with Norton just inside the blue line. Allstrand picks it up, skating, looking to go behind the goal, back outside to Bryceland from the circle. Shot, bouncing puck down at the edge of the crease. Puck comes away. Bryceland out front to Allstrand. Shot, gets stopped by the defense out front. Bryceland laser up off the helmet of Pierce. Rapids with the puck back behind the goal. Anderson to Allstrand. He can't quite get a shot on there. Allstrand centering, got tipped away. Back to Beauchamp at the slot. Wide of the goal. Bringing it up front was Rapids. They couldn't get there. Pierce flopping around. No stick. Shot redeflected up into the glass.
What a sequence for Pierce.
Boy, Beauchamp with the puck. Shot right into the pad. Shot wide of the goal. Where is this puck? It's right in the high slot. The Dells breaking out. And now
Pierce looks absolutely exhausted
as he throws his defenseman's stick up to the bench, picking up the puck, center ice. Pierce gets back into his goal. Garcia skates in, stamps on the brakes, back out front to Diamond. Puck gets sent out neutral ice, and it's a 2-2 race. Beauchamp's got to play the back end, and he does. Height was there, but Ilian picks it up. Pass up ahead to Cooper. It's a 3-3. Cooper to Diamond. Diamond got chased away or wide. Puck goes down. Redirected there by Pierce. And the puck comes up neutral ice. Raffert inside his blue line. 8:48 to go. Rapids up 4-3. This is getting really tense. As down goes Ilian. No call on that. Big hit against Diamond. Up right by the Dells bench by Mazzaro. No calls, and there's an icing call. Wow, no
this
calls
game
on
has
both
found
sides.
so much life.
No calls on both sides, and that's good. But boy, there was some good hard hits in there.
Yeah, just letting that tension build. I mean, what a sequence for Pierce. I mean, he's flailing about the net and just somehow keeps those pucks out. So many great chances for the Riverkings, and Pierce looks absolutely exhausted out there.
8:33 left to go, regulation. I say regulation because who knows what's going to happen in this time frame. 4-3 Rapids lead over the Dells, 40-16 shot advantage. By that number alone, it shouldn't be this close, but we're telling you, shot right off the face-off, covered up by Height. Another stoppage, 8.5 exactly to go. But as we were talking about, Rory, that whatever the shot advantage was for Rapids, what was it? It was 40 to, or whatever it was, I should say, in that first period. Boy, it was. It didn't feel like it was that one-sided, but
no,
it definitely wasn't. We got a one-goal game. Face off to the blocker's side of Height. Puck right around the blue line, comes out neutral ice. Bryceland picks it up, gets pushed wide. He's got to try to center it as he cannot hold his own. Trying to get it put back to Bulldog. Bulldog does get there inside his blue line. Rapids. They don't need to stall it, but they can take a little bit of time as the puck comes up right at their WR logo at center ice. Picked up by Kurowski. Kurowski sends it around the boards. Getting there first was Wilkie. Wilkie back out to the point. Shot redeflected way up into the netting by Armstrong. Another stoppage. 7:50 to go.
Yeah, good play by Williams to really get in front of that shot, and here comes this ultra dangerous line of Schweitzer, Denti, and Tudic. I mean, they just keep on getting the Ducks on their back foot, and I mean, really looking to try and capitalize on Pierce's fatigue.
31-12 was the shot advantage for Rapids after 2 periods, and that was a 4-1 hockey game. We said it was felt a lot closer than that, and it definitely is, as the Dells brings the puck up into the zone, but nobody there. Comes back out to center ice, and the Dells have to regroup. Far side, Whitehead, near side, Bolduc sends it up at the blue line. Behind the defense is Tudich. Shot, and a goal! He goes top shelf, and the Rapids gets a 2-goal lead back. And there's your hat trick to Tudich.
What a game by Tudich and this whole line. I mean, I said it, they have the Ducks on the back foot every shift. The rink to the Southwood County Rec Center just absolutely erupts, and there's some hats on the ice. Few in that bottom left corner.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
What a game by this line. I mean, again, such difference makers. I mean, the elevation of their game from last season.
I think that's Riverkings fans and over there that throw that. I think it was a player or two, actually.
Yep, it was Podgurney, number 29, Kevin Podgurney of the Riverkings, who threw his beanie.
Attaboy. Well, we don't encourage it, but we encourage it.
Yeah, I mean, what a game this line's having. Unbelievable.
Man, Tudich, he's got 3 goals and an assist to this point, and we'll find out the official scoring right now as Rapids goes up 5-3 over the Ducks. Loose puck in the slot, turned away by the Dells. Rapids had another opportunity. Bolduc and Whitehead on the assists. Time of the goal, 12:31. Rapids with another shot. Sharp angle shot along the goal line was Tudich, and that got turned away by Pierce. 6:50 to go regulation. Rapids pressing yet with that 2-goal lead yet again. 41-17 shot advantage as the puck gets sent back down. Rapids end. Garcia to Beauchamp. Up ahead, redirected at mid-ice, and they're calling that an icing? No, they're not, as it got waved off by the near side by Poyer, the official. Ducks trying to get the puck up, neutral ice they do. Wilcox has it near side, flanked by Zaffarano, poked behind the goal. There's a puck bouncing around. Bryceland has it now in the near corner. Out front to Denty. Denty got hit by Zaffarano high. We play on, no penalty. It wasn't cheap or anything like that. You just got hit high as the puck goes back to Garcia. Bounced off the boards, passed up ahead. Schweitzer dumps it down for a line change. 6 minutes to go in the contest. 5-3 Rapids lead over the Dells. Allstrand picks it up right at the WR logo at center ice, dumps it into the zone, and he gives chase. Gathered up by McGregor. Puck sent up, cross ice pass. Clausen at the slot as he gives chase up to the corner. That puck goes back. Allstrand picks it up just at the circle. Passed up ahead to Bryceland. Bryceland far side, Anderson. Bryceland gets around the defense. He can't quite get back to the puck. 5.5 to go. 5-3 lead Rapids. Puck covered up by Pierce. That's how we get a stoppage. 5:27 to go. Rapids up 5-3.
I mean, yeah, the ability of that Schweitzer, Tudich, and Denty line is just unbelievable. I mean, their elevation from last year, I really wanted to touch on this. I mean, Schweitzer 15 points, now he's above 60 points. Tudich at 34, now he's above 60 as well. And Denty 8 points, and now he's at 41 points. It's just unbelievable the ability of these players to elevate their game.
There is a loose puck at center ice, picked up by Mazzaro. Shot in through the slot and the crease. Picked up again to Rapids as they try to clear the zone. Anderson going after it. Picked up by Gardner. 5:10 to go, regulation. Gardner sends a puck up all the way down. No icing being called as Kurowski gets there first, knocked down by Raffert. Kurowski grabbing his knee. He's hurting, and there's a whistle. That does not look good as there's a little bit of pushing and shoving. Raffert got pushed by one of the Ducks players. I believe that was Kneeling. Or excuse me, by Mazzaro.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but down the big concern on the far side is Lucas Kurowski. He went down. He's just grabbing his leg about his knee. Hopefully the young man is okay, as that's 2 Ducks players who have really been chased from the game. One looks like a concussion. This one's a knee.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it must also stem from the fatigue these players are feeling. I mean, now it's 3 games in 4 days, and I mean, just all that build-up, I mean, the lack of time to really properly recover, I mean, putting your body under all that stress every single night, and just obviously just builds up over time. I mean, it looked to me that you hit like the contact was higher, and then it must have been he fell on his knee somehow. Popped or something.
Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it's just a hyperextension.
Yeah.
Nothing major. You don't want to see anybody get hurt at any level, especially when it's these younger levels too. You know, that's. I'd love to sit here and say it's cramps. I mean, I don't know. It's speculation.
Yeah.
And that's what we do a little bit here on in the media aspect. But it could just be a simple cramp. All these games, you're not taking care of yourself. Dehydration. It happens.
All that time cooped up in a bus or a van just doesn't help you, especially when you're already aching, and that's just sort of how the injuries can really start. I mean, you don't have a proper warm-up, and it can really affect your performance.
As they get the young man up to his skates, but he's not putting any weight on that leg. Oh, man. Hopefully, Lucas Kurowski's okay. Hopefully, he can come back maybe later today, maybe tomorrow even.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. I mean, I think now, with 4 minutes left, I mean, how he's been skating off the ice, I think now you sort of look to tomorrow and sort of recover and give yourself time to prepare for tomorrow.
Speaking of that, we got to get through these last 5 minutes.
Yep, definitely.
Rory, they'll still have a timeout to give.
Yep.
And that usually that 2-minute mark, right around that's usually when they like to, unless you got something special that you want to pull out of your hat at the 5-minute mark. Because I've seen that before. But when are you thinking, assuming they don't get this, even if they do get it to 1-goal game, when do you think they call the timeout first? And second, when do you think you pull Pierce?
I think it's hard to sort of judge a time. I think it's more what sort of pressure you can build, what sort of momentum you can gain on the Riverkings here, and then you make your tactical decision based off that. And I think if you're a Riverking, you want to continue to play north. I mean, you can't invite the pressure. Inviting the pressure, I mean, in football it happens a lot. You sort of invite the pressure and they come on you, and then they get that goal, and then they're right back in the game. And I think now it's keep on playing north, keep on playing the way you're playing, and continue to make these smart plays, and don't invite pressure, and really trying to get the Ducks on the back foot.
Well, we still got to think about tomorrow's game, but we can also talk about playoffs. We're talking about playoffs.
What?
Playoffs coming up next weekend. Rapids will be home, I believe, Friday and Saturday, both games. Sunday, if needed, it's a best of 3. That will be Rapids hosting the Steele County Blades. Rapids, they took care of business against the Blades in all 4 matchups this year as they went earlier in the season, as they took away my schedule here. That's all right. That doesn't really matter. But anyways, they took care of that business there with I think it was 5-2 and 5-3 earlier in the season over in Owatonna.
Yeah, it was a nice place actually. I mean,
Owatonna's a nice city.
Yeah, as a British person, you know, you don't know what to expect from any of these towns, and I think it was a nice place to stay.
And then, of course, when they came here, it was pretty one-sided in January as face-off came neutral ice. No penalties were awarded through that injury, so hopefully we wish nothing but the best for Kurowski as he hopefully comes back tomorrow for the Ducks. But we got to get through tonight with 4.5 to go. Rapids up 5-3 over the Ducks. Rapids has the puck down in their offensive zone as the puck goes up out of play. And in the beer garden, it landed square on somebody's head. I could hear the hollow tunk right from here. And it wasn't a beer can, and hopefully he's okay, as our good buddy Merle is right on it, and they're saying leave the puck. They'll get another puck. Don't worry about it. As Merle's on it, on top of it, but they got a new puck. So give it to the man who got the goose egg, the duck egg on his head. We'll go with that way. Face off. That went to the blocker side of Pierce. Sent it around the boards by Rapids. Bolduc battling in the corner with it. Centering attempt by Bryceland. Nobody home. Whitehead gets there first. Sends it across to Bolduc. Right in front of height. That was a little nerve-wracking for the Rapids faithful. Just under 5 for 4:10. Excuse me. If I could talk, that'd be great. As we have 4 minutes left to go. Bolduc lifts the puck up to Bryceland. Bryceland, he touches it up, tried to center it to Anderson, turned away by the defense. Dell's defense playing outstanding tonight. A shot sent in, big rebound. Pierce had it, he couldn't cover it, and picked up by the defense as they cannot clear the zone. The puck just sat there, and now Rapids has to get back on sides. They do. Allstrand with it, sending backhand around the boards. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Puck near side boards. Bolduc can't hold the zone. You got to start looking for a potential timeout or a goalie pull if you are the Dells. Anderson, near side shot behind the goal, goes around the boards. 3:20 left to go in regulation. Puck comes up center ice. Dells taking it up the far side. Rapids S number, shot, turned away by Height. Puck comes around the board, and there they go. They pull the goalie with 3:10 to go for that extra attacker, and Ilian brings it up the side. Defense turns it away. Ilian, he tries to get the puck back, and there's another whistle. A Dells player down right in front of the boards, right in front of his bench, as we will see what there's any call there, as there's stoppage of play. 2:58 left to go in regulation. Rapids up 5-3, and hopefully that Dells player, Mazzaro, is okay, as he's a little wobbly here.
Very wobbly.
Oh man, hopefully he's okay. Because they're just taking him right off the ice. It's starting to turn into a mash unit for the Dells.
Yeah, I didn't catch. I was sort of focused on Ilian, and it must have been in his wake, just clipping him. I didn't see it, so I'm really not sure.
Well, that's Mazzaro off the ice. They're a leading scorer, and Kurowski, he's their fifth leading scorer. As back out on the ice is Pierce. Face-off coming to his glove side. Diamond out there. A little trash talk going on. Face-off controlled by Rapids, but the Dells can pick it up right in front of the goal by McGregor. McGregor getting it up into neutral ice. Pierce is thinking about going. He's skating up. He's about the circles. As puck comes back neutral ice. Dells can't hold his own. Puck going up there. Ilian really getting a good head of steam. Cup up into the zone, and there's Pierce. He's making a run for it. He's making a run for the border. Big rebound, and there's a stoppage of play. Another whistle. As we'll see what the call is here. 2:31 left to go in regulation. Rapids up 5-3.
I can only assume that Radsley might have called a too many men, and now he's corrected himself. Because I really... not too sure what might have happened. That's the only thing I can sort of think of.
Well, there's coaches for the Dells aren't happy. I think that's more directed at the officiating crew, because too many men didn't realize that Pierce came off the ice.
Yeah, that must have been it.
As he's back on there, 2:31. Rapids has the puck near side. Ilian shot. Tried to tic-tac-toe with Cooper. Puck behind the goal. 2:19 to go. Puck still behind the goal. Wilcox with it near side for the Dells. Pierce already looking to make his beeline to the bench. He's at the circles. He's already going. He is off the ice with kneeling. Cross-ice pass. He's off the ice with 2:05 to go. Dells with the extra attacker. Gardner up at the blue line. Puck comes out neutral ice. Trying to get back on sides is the Dells as Kneeling brings it up into the zone. He goes down. There's a power play coming for the Dells with 1:50 to go.
Yeah, a trip on Diamond. I mean, this gives the Dells a great opportunity. I imagine now they might call their timeout. And yep, they do.
And they do.
This gives you a great chance to really regain your breath and sort of maybe cook up a play.
Man, this game's had everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's so emotionally charged with all the hits, all the collisions, all the tension between the teams. I mean, whoever does win this is going to feel great about themselves going into it tomorrow.
Well, you can't say the Dells don't have anything to feel about either, because they've done something a lot of teams haven't been able to do all season, whether it's in Rapids or on the road, and that's give Rapids a close game.
Absolutely. I mean,
Go ahead.
It's been really just inches away. I mean, a bit more clinical if you're a Duck and you're right in it. And I mean, even for Rapids, there's been a few grade A chances that have just been missed, and obviously you want to bury those. And just great efforts all around. I mean, McNeish has had a great game on the defensive end as he always does, and I think Bolduc deserves more flowers than he gets. I mean, he's been kept off the score sheet for a little bit, but I think his game is improved tremendously from the start of the year, and I think he deserves his credit as well.
Well, we are going to see how this goes. 1:50 left, empty net. 2-minute power play, so Rapids going to have to kill it the rest of the way unless the Dells score. As Diamond's in the box for a trip. This is going to get exciting, I know it, and boy, has it lived up to it, as it's a 6-on-4 power play with an empty net for the Dells. Face-off going to the glove side of Dominic Height, sending McNeish out of the circle. Out there goes Tudich. Backhand opportunity to get out of the zone. Does not work for Rapids, as I believe that is Kneeling out there. Took a shot, redirected, shot wide of the mark. Kneeling, far side, trying to set it around the boards. Back to Kneeling, far side, skating to center. Clausen at the top of the blue line. Shot, redirected up top, lifted up. That's lifted, and that's going to the far corner. McNeish, he's chasing it. Clausen battling the corner, 1:22 to go. As the Dells, they got to reorganize. Around the boards goes the puck, picked up by Clausen. Back around it goes again. Zeffirano is Kneeling, up ahead, touched up. As there's an icing call, 1:06 to go.
All stemming from McNeish's just forecheck. He's like a Duracell bunny out there.
I think that's Energizer.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
Energizer, right?
Okay,
yeah.
that was a
okay.
That was
It's a battery, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Not assault and battery, but just battery. Thankfully, we haven't seen any assault and battery tonight. It's been close.
I mean, McNeish is just, he's ultra charged. Maybe that's a battery name I might have scooped to recover myself.
That's all right. We're all learning all the time. As face-off goes to the glove side. Appears as he's going off the ice with a minute left. Puck up into the Rapids defensive zone. Here we go, 52 seconds, 6 on 4. 1 minute left to go on the power play. Rapids looking to survive without giving up another goal. Puck comes up, backhanded. That's got a chance. It's going to go wide. Bryceland's behind it. Empty netter. Rapids is going to win. Bryceland with the empty net goal with 40 seconds left. And it's going to be a 6-3 hockey game.
Yeah, assisted by Denty. A smart chip, and just Bryceland, his speed is just, he's the English Usain Bolt, and just that speed to just get in front of the Dells man, hold him off, and just push it through.
2 goals tonight have happened in the final minute of a period, and that first one came up with Denty in the first period at 19:58, and now with 19:20 to go, Rapids up 6-3, and that's going to be your hockey game as Pierce is back in net.
Yeah, that's your dagger.
Short-handed goal for the Riverkings. Dells had an opportunity, big rebound, but picked up by the defense. Franco Denty officially with the assist. And Bolduc the assists, and we got 13 seconds to go, as this will be the hockey game as Gardner get the puck back down in the defensive end with 6 seconds to go, and that will be your final score here at Southwood County Recreation Center, where Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings earn a 6-3 victory over the Wisconsin Dells Ducks.
Yep, just a tremendous effort by every player on both sides, and the Riverkings will be feeling absolutely amazing about that win. Just so much passion, so much energy poured into this game, and Riverkings proved to be the 6-3 winners.
Boy, that was a fun one. Dominic Height, he finished this game with 17 saves and 37 saves for Max Pierce, who had an outstanding game as well. You can't ask much more from Pierce if you are a Dells fan or teammate. He did outstanding tonight.
Yeah, he did all he could to keep his team in the game, and he did for such a large part. So many amazing saves, and great game by Pierce.
Well, going through the game quick. First period started with Schweitzer lighting the lamp at 11:58, assists to Tudich and Whitehead. Then the Dells, they tied it up at 15:29. Angelo Mazzaro, he got an assist from Armstrong and Wilcox, tied it up at 1-1, followed by Denty with his goal of the night, only goal of the night, I should say, at 19:58, just under the horn, as Schweitzer and Allstrand assist on that. For Rapids led 2-1. The second period, oh boy, that was all Rapids, 4:37. Tudich got his first goal, assist to Schweitzer, and Tudich got his second goal at 18:24 with assists to Schweitzer and Denty. And Rapids feeling pretty good, 4-1 at the end of 2 periods, but boy, oh boy, penalties came back to haunt the Riverkings, as the Dells, they got a power play goal at 4:03 with an assist, with a goal by Norton, assist to Karowski and Kneeling on the power play yet again. And then a few moments later, 5:50, Jake Kneeling with another goal, with Norton on the assist again on the power play. As then the game goes to 4-3, but Rapids, they were not to be denied, as Tudich, that's his hat trick with a goal at 12:31, assist to Bolduc and Whitehead. And then the final score, Jake Bryceland, 19-20 at the time of the goal, assist to Denty and Bolduc on the shorthand, and that was your final score of 6-3 for the Riverkings over the Ducks. Overall, again, I will say it, Dominic Height, outstanding game, 17 saves on 20 shots, as the one-star player of the game was Caden Schweitzer, and then Franco Denti, he's the two-star. And I'm pretty sure I know how we're going to get the third star.
Yep.
As Owen Tudich gets the hat trick as he's the one-star player of the game. Again, as I was saying, Dominic Height, 17 saves on 20 shots faced, and Max Pierce, 37 saves on 43 shots faced. So, what do you got to take out of this before we get out of here going into tomorrow's game?
I think it just sets the stage for such an emotional and such a high-intensity game tomorrow, so I'm really excited for it.
All right, well, I guess that's going to do it for tonight. Riverkings 6-3 victors over the Dells Ducks. So, for myself, Mike Comer, Art, Carl on the cameras, and our good buddy Roy McGibbons. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, Flow Hockey, and 105.5 WIRI.